come to make a name, ready for battle. Cause I got a throne to claim. Think that I'll crumble, I'll show you your mistake. Where you see me coming, better run for cover. Cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster, I came to conquer. Smoke clears, I'll still be on my feet. Forget all of my fears, cause I know my destiny. I feel a champion waking inside of me. It's emotion, the legends spoken. This is my moment. Can't break my focus, know where I'm going. This is my moment.
Show me an opening in the clouds, and I'll take it, yeah. Reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall. Don't look down. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out.
Intel Extreme Masters New York Online is brought to you in part by Intel, Acer Predator, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, DHL, AT&T, U.S. Air Force, and GG Bet.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Intel Extreme Masters 2020 New York Online. Of course, that was all completely unnecessary. But then again, we're looking at a fifth place decider. So you tell me, you decide, you let us know on hashtag IEM who's going to be coming out on top in this one, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be featuring a little bit of Team Liquid here this evening, and they are not the only ones, of course. Alongside of them, you have to look at the New England Whalers, a hot prospect out of the NA region, and I think right there, right off the top, the New England Whalers. Put some respect on their name.
Yeah. No, these guys are great, right? Obviously, they were the team to come through in Group A in that third place spot. We said maybe Triumph were going to grab it as the one Pro League team, aside from Fury and EG, who obviously sweep through, and we saw them earlier on today. And so now the Whalers, who did fall to Team 1 yesterday in this decider matchup, in this fifth place game versus Liquid. No easy feat.
And you know, sometimes you hear from an old friend and you're like, wow, how you doing, dude? It's been quite some time, but you know that you haven't really missed a beat. You know, like you're always on the same page with this dude no matter what. And like, he's a ride or die kind of guy. And that's why we brought him on the show. His name's Stewie2K, and he's got some things to say, I'm sure. Stu, what's up, my friend?
What up, Trace? It's been a minute, man.
It's been a hot minute, my dude. Listen, you guys find yourself in a real weird spot. We call this a fifth place decider matchup. Stu, how does that feel right off the top?
Feels a little unnecessary, but whatever gets the job done.
All right.
Stu, I wanted to ask about that Vertigo game against Fury yesterday. Obviously, you guys put up a really competitive series. You fall right at the end. How much of that 20-minute tech pause sucked the momentum out of you? Because it felt like we lost you guys. You were in control. You had a streak of rounds. You would go on the pause, and then Fury sweep the board. Talk to us about that game of Vertigo.
The sound cut out, but I heard part of your question. Just talking about the Vertigo tech pause a little bit. We don't really want to use that as an excuse. We think that Fury plays well regardless. It kind of killed our momentum a little bit, but I felt like I found the answer what we were throwing at them. I think they played well overall, and it was a hard game. It was always hard playing against these guys, and they always got a good game plan, and we just fell short in the end, but we were proud of how we performed.
Stewie, man, talk to me about like your journey in like what it is meaning to become this IGL figure, right? Because we spoke to you a bit early on when like you first embarked on it, and you were saying like there's just a lot more to keep track of, like, and it can feel quite daunting. Are you kind of getting more used to it now? Are you more happy with where you're at, and how much is there still to work on?
I think there's a lot of different factors when it comes to IGLing. I don't think it's just solely on one person, especially on Liquid. I feel like we have a lot of smart players, especially he. He helps me a lot, but I felt like we went into a stale stance and we weren't really improving and we were just playing the same way. I think that comes from schedules just because it's so chaotic and hectic matches every day. We had matches 3 days straight now, so there's not much to prepare for, not much to change. But against Fury, I think he came out with a different fire. Came out saying that we play aggressive and we're just going to take the fights to them and not be afraid. And we're just going to keep going head to head. And I guess in the end, they're just a better team. But the way we look at it is these matches that we're playing now, we're trying to get something out of it every match. And once we get to boot camp, that's where everything starts mattering. That's where we're going to press people a little bit more on their mistakes and try to fix the fundamentals and make sure people are disciplined.
Yeah, and Stu, I would love to just sit here and pick your brain. We don't have a whole lot of time for that. I'm not sure which way you have to look, but we could try this, and I don't know if it's going to land. What do you think?
Sorry?
So we could try this. It might not land, but I'm standing closer to you. Here we go.
I can't see my camera.
Dead on track.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that'll work. Fine. Whatever. All right. So, Stu, go and play these New England Whalers. We'll figure out who takes 5th place in the backside of it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yes, that is not so much young anymore, Stuart 2K. You might know him as Stewie 2K, major champion at that. Now, you guys can eat your words. USA, one major. Great Britain, not quite.
When have we been repping the UK scene, Trace? You think
right.
we're some patriots or something? I'm on board. We've been covering NA for so long.
On the rise, though, I will say that, right?
Who?
Have you seen them rising up through the ranks? I think they're like 30th in the world now, so
that's pretty good.
Cool, man.
That's basically where you could probably put the New England Whalers at some point when you start to think about it.
They're actually 49th.
Yeah, well,
so
they're making the grind.
US.
Liquid endpoint.
Yeah, they're very comparable scenes, I suppose. Now, look, if I talk about Liquid, we obviously just referenced this Furia game that they had the other day. And that really did get a little messy, albeit a very close game. They touted a few more rounds over Furia than EG were able to just now in the matchup that we saw in the semis. And, Harry, that brought up the point that perhaps Liquid have more to show, more in the tank.
Yeah, I think if anything, right, it's a bit of a shame that we don't get to see more from Liquid. If this was like a case where you can like fight through the lower bracket, if this kind of played out a little bit differently, I feel like Liquid would have had a lot to offer. Like they really are starting to look better and better every event. And Stewie touched upon something quite good there in that he says, it does feel like it's very, very easy to kind of go stale or like stagnate a little bit right now with games happening every day. There's only so much you can go back and address. And I think bearing that in mind, Liquid should be pretty proud with how things are looking. Like they fare far better versus Furia than EG even came close to doing. And benchmarking from like one series to the next is always like a highway to just like crazy outcomes, right? But kind of that's all we've got. That's the only litmus test that we have. We didn't get to see like a Liquid EG, right? So I do think that Liquid should be pretty happy with how everything's panned out. And yeah, they didn't get that like semi-final spot and then maybe even grand spinal spot. Spinal
thought.
Grand spinal. And that's what happens when you have a lot of backbone, Harry. And that's what we're talking about right here and right now. For Team 1 taking on the Whalers, this was a series that we saw Whalers really show us what they've got, really kind of come out swinging and show us that they can hang. But it's just not enough against Team 1. So now they've netted themselves this berth against Liquid, albeit probably not what they envisioned when they wanted their Christmas gifts, but this is what they've been given.
Yeah, 2 unfortunate endings for both these teams, right, in those quarterfinals yesterday. Obviously, we've gone over Liquid there, but for the likes of the Whalers, like, they were in a really good spot. They were fighting competitive in double overtimes over on Nuke. It all came down to the fact that they couldn't net any T-side rounds. It was 3 CT streaks from the both of them, and without them picking up their map pick, they get 2-0. road on Train. Now, if they took it, could have been a whole different situation, could have been a whole different story for the Whalers. But right here, right now, they got to fight tooth and nail against one of the best this region has to offer. I wanted to jump back on that point, Harry, you made about EG and Liquid, because we haven't had that matchup here in New York, and that's one that I really want to know where these teams level up, right? As you say, with that litmus test against Furia, because think back to the ESL 1 Cologne grand final a few weeks back. It was a best of 5. It was EG Liquid. It went all 5. It was super competitive. Liquid were up like 13-7, 13-8 on Dust 2. They finally fall apart at the end. Obviously, like a 6-hour BO5 hard game, and that was a while ago. And like you said, Stu, he's progressed. He's learned. He's played a lot more games as the in-game leader since that point. So I'd love to see another benchmark with these two teams taking on each other. But I guess that's for the future, Trace.
Yeah, and we will get that litmus test. For me, I'm excited to see Grim just kind of continue to propel himself up there and really throw his name in the hat of players that are just amazing, right? If you can get them all on the same page and functioning as the same sort of organism, then I suppose you can't really ask for much more than that, except the map vetoes. Boom. There they are.
Pretty empty, Trace. I'm not going to lie. I don't really see a whole lot.
All right. Well, so map vetoes
right behind me, so I never get to look at it.
I mean, you could turn around.
Man, I look down here.
It's right there.
Because it looks, well, I could just look up at it. But, yeah, man, I'll read them off of the screen instead. Train taken out for Liquid. If you're at all even pretending to be an NA fan of Counter-Strike, you know the Liquid don't play this. And then we got the Vertigo ban to come through for the New England Whalers. While they have played it, not to good results. So that makes a lot of sense. It's a good map for Liquid. That gets taken out. We got the Inferno pick to open this up, and that's a pretty good one for the Liquid squad, right? I think no matter what, like even when you look at the stats for the New England Whalers here, they're coming in as the underdogs, so I think Liquid are pretty comfortable anywhere. I'm curious where the New England Whalers take this. It's going to be Dust 2. And yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? Because while Liquid do play this map, they don't play it much, and the New England Whalers do. That's a pretty nice pick there, and that's one that maybe could look to take this all 3.
Let's look at that right there, and just because we know we're getting 2 regardless, right? Yeah. So we're going to Dust 2, and we know Liquid are starting on a T side there. And they're starting T-side on Inferno. So they're really going to have to get the engines revving up right there on Inferno to carry that over into Dust 2.
That being said, if you're like the expected victor, if you're coming in as the favorites, like you probably want to start on T-side on a lot of these maps, get to dictate the flow, you get to run your own game plan. You're not at the whim of the Whalers and letting them execute onto you. And so, yeah, I don't think Liquid are going to be worried in any way, shape, or form coming into this series.
I think the most impressive win that the Whalers have on Dust is versus Chaos. That's pretty like a pretty good feat when you think about how good Chaos look on that map. And then we end on Overpass, which is a cool one. And I think as a result, if this goes all 3, we're in for one hell of a time. Overpass is a great map for both of these squads. I love watching Liquid on it. And I can't wait to see what New England Whalers have up their sleeve if we go the distance. And I'm going to be sad if we don't. I'm still not expecting that we do, as awful as that is, right? I think that as good as the New England Whalers have looked, man, the fact that they've been able to take down Furia even, right? Which is like a bit of a wild sentiment when you think about it. I just don't see a world in which Liquid let this one get to 3. Dust 2 can always get a bit weird, and that's why that's pretty good that that's coming in as the pick for the Whalers. But I don't know if relying on that weirdness is going to be enough.
And we can probably load up the predictions here for just a second. And I think this is one of those games that if you look at Liquid and you look at New England Whalers and what they have to offer, this would say way more about, the New England Whalers if they come out with a victory, and a whole hell of a lot about Team Liquid if they don't.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Harry just brought up that Furia win for the Whalers. Like, that's a huge win to have. That's a huge scope to find. It's a team that Liquid struggle against. It's a team that EG can't beat back with the current form of Furia. And so, yeah, like, I don't want to pitch this as like an impossible win for the Whalers, but just going off of like star power alone, like the firepower, the experience, the names in this team, the brand behind it, like, yeah, this should be Liquid's, but that will make an upset all the more sweet if it does come through.
Yes, it most certainly will, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I just say on these predictions, props to Hugo. He's the only guy we've got close to going toe-to-toe with Lawrence. So the desks have kind of like emerged in similar ways. There's like 2 people slacking behind. Sadly, that's me and you here.
Sadly, that's you and Hugo.
Then that's also Alex and Chad. And then we got like Lauren and Hugo as the 2 representatives of either
Rush is up there too.
But Rush don't fit in anywhere. Screw that guy.
Okay, well, those are words straight out of the horse's mouth himself. And if you want to animate Harry as a horse, I think we've already done that this season.
No, man, we haven't animated, though. Now, that would take it to a whole new level. And if it's good, I'll commission that for a series, and we'll pitch it to whoever. Netflix, Disney, Pixar, even though they're kind of a bit of a crossover there. I'll pitch it to all of them, man. I'll pitch it to everyone. Fox, I don't care who's picking this up. Adult Swim, we're getting it out there.
Yeah.
Harry the horse.
Harry the horse. It's going to be the worst thing that you've ever put on your television. If it's not already, I can tell you that. Guys, let's jump into this first map. Let's get ready for this fifth place decider. It's not every day that we get a fifth place decider.
Yeah, it is worth as well, like noting this isn't a money differential between these two teams in this matchup. Right. It's all about RMR points. But, you know, for Liquid, obviously looking to make that major in Rio eventually when it does happen. For the Whalers, they're not exactly stacking high to the ceiling with the RMR points. So this would be a nice little bonus to add on to get a few more stealing away as well.
Yeah, and I'm imagining like EPT points differential as well, right? Which is always important, especially for a team like Liquid. New England Whalers, the interesting thing about the idea of like RMR points there is what with them playing with an old roster here, I don't know if they still get penalized
for making
the change that's technically already happened, but roster lock rules mean that they're still playing with this squad. That's something that I don't know, man.
That's above our pay grade.
That's not for me to answer.
On multiple levels.
Yeah.
Like if you think about the New England Whalers and having that problem to begin with, you also start to look at the player mentioned. Like this guy's also performing. So that's a big difference.
So this is one of the coolest things to come out of this New England Whalers squad, right? Is that this isn't the full team. So I think really the potential could be even higher once we get B Wills in the server, the guy who's meant to be there. But for Bew, he's been, you know, considering he's no longer a part of this team, he's been like the guy consistently topping the charts. So for him, like on an advertising basis, to other NA organizations, it's been huge. And you want to look at like the effect of that? Well, you don't have to look any further than this matchup. Look at Team Liquid. Look at Grim. Where did he come from? Triumph. Who were they in the grand scheme of things in NA? Certainly not on the same level of teams like, you know, EG, Team Liquid. But he was a great pickup, and it was all through being someone you could identify on that Triumph squad as, wow, this guy's got it.
Yeah. And now we get in. No waiting around. Scratch it off the board. Liquid Whalers. It's a BO3 for the fifth place decider. Liquid coming in as favorites on the T side of their map pick here on Inferno. The Whalers already aggression. Buse pushed down into ult, and players are all the way down bottom mid as well. Opening kills all for the USPs. Grim needed that frag. He has a bunch of utility, but whited by Naf. That is not great. Naf now coming out, and he can't even trade. This is falling apart for Liquid. Grim had that kill dead to rights, but now it's one man and one man only. Young Stu looking to find three. They're going to pop him. He's blind, trying to escape. They won't chase. They have the bomb.
Yeah, Pone alone has pushed up, but the rest of the gang have not. And for Stewart, that smoke not going to deter him, strangely enough. Takes the peek, but then everybody swings, and that pistol round is locked in by the Whalers. Now, even though, you know, I kind of had like some pretty negative overtones in that death segment about what I'm anticipating for this series, I will say Whalers have looked very, very impressive throughout the entirety of New York. You know, considering for a lot of people, they show up here, and if you're not like necessarily a fan of watching the kind of like tier 2 NA scene, right? I'm looking at like the MDL level of teams, which is also where Team 1, our semi-finalists, find themselves at. Then you might not be too familiar with this squad. But within MDL, them and Team 1, that's the Whalers and Team 1, both flawless, looking really good there. They've been really, really impressive. They show up here to New York, and I think a lot of people weren't expecting very, very much.
At all.
But they both make playoffs, and for Team 1, the journey's still going. For Whalers, yeah, it drew to an end a little bit sooner than perhaps you would have liked.
But this is where you end on a high note, Harry.
Exactly, right? And if you are able to take down a team like Liquid in a matchup that for these guys, you know, it probably doesn't mean as much to Liquid in any way as it does to the Whalers. So, you know, you've got that going for you as well. Like, you've got a lot more to gain from this than Liquid do.
Pistols getting shredded, but mainly Glocks with the occasional D. Stewie's found one. Twist with the gun, and overwhelmed by Bew. Does get the dink off. Ooh, Stewie, he's doing some damage here. Almost finds a third, and there were low players on the other side, but nonetheless, an anti-eco for the Whalers, as it should have been. And Liquid coming in with guns in the third. Armed and dangerous, but Whalers already looking confident, not looking afraid to take these fights, knowing that elimination isn't exactly on the line, will loosen you up. and let you know that you can kind of run free and try and take down one of the best in your region. That's going to be a good feeling for the Whalers, up 2-0, but will that stay the same? Liquid had some great B executes the other day, but this time it's the mid push. Ali just ready for it. Rampage and Pone going down early. Liquid moving up mid. It's going to get smoked off. Should be an easy round for them this way onwards. The SMGs are gone, though. It's back to the rifles for the Whalers, and Liquid hold for more aggression. They're going to get it. View in the apartments jiggling as Shuey takes his head off as well. Always looks very comfortable on this map. 5-on-2, going about their business, back up mid.
Yeah, looking like they want to go towards this A site. Oh, DJ, well, nail a liege, but all alone here and needed to get a little bit more done. Now, they've got all the kills to get them into A, but Liquid, this was originally designed to be a fake, and so they're committing with the B play. Now, that does leave them. Nah, they're not. Never mind. Forget I said that. They're not really. You idiots. You fell for it. It's an A play. Duh. Team Liquid get the bomb down, and there you go. That's the round locked in. They get this one swept under the rug. Ben Lee trying to save. But as I was going to say, I had a little look into Ben Lee, right? This guy has been around for a long while now, and he's taken a lot of teams. And I say he's taken, right? He's been a part of many, many teams that have transitioned from like lower areas in ESEA. I'm talking like main, intermediate, open even, and got to the Mountain Dew League. That in and of itself is like really, really impressive. You know, like he is someone who is helping to foster lots of NA talent, and that there is demonstrated by just how many times this guy has grinded his way up into MDL.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Harry. I never thought in my lifetime I would see, you know, new oceans being formed, but here they are nonetheless. Continents not even having to shift.
Yeah. And we spoke to him the other day, and he mentioned that grind and some of the work that the Whalers are putting in right now with a new roster to appear on our screens soon. Hopefully we'll see more of them in this upper division, upper echelon of North American Counter-Strike that definitely needs some more competitors on the world stage when it does come back eventually. From Ben's anime team to the anime dream of trying to take down Liquid. Is it that easy? Stewie's up through the smoke, going above the sandbags. Rampage hiding, waiting for a flash. Stewie still here. Rampage making noise as Stewie pounces with the double. Dinked down. Doesn't matter. Smoke on the molly. They just take the site.
Big Stu coming through, showing them who is the best smoke criminal of them all.
Oh.
Now, Elish, you might get caught out in the open there, but he thinks wiser of it. Actually, I think the save call is already in for the Whalers.
Yeah, they saw the bomb, and Liquid smoked off bottom B, so Whalers couldn't even chase him back down. Stewie's holding that, and you can already see Twist is back in spawn, waiting for these Ts or CTs to come to him.
And look at how deep Team Liquid are. You're right. They're waiting in both spawns. Now, if they can keep that up, there's no freedom of movement whatsoever for the side of the Whalers.
Yeah, Stewie got the double opener at B, and then immediately Naf just runs through and takes spawn. He smokes the molly. Liquid go into CT. No fear right now, and you can't afford to be. Twist sees nothing. It is a save for the Whalers. Not saving much, though. Only rifle being the FAMAS. Ugh.
What you got against the FAMAS, man?
Garbage.
Yeah, what'd it do to you?
The bullpup design? Is it the... What?
It's not. It's just not 1.6 anymore, man. You know, the burst fire is dead.
Yeah, that to me is the biggest, you know, shortfall right here of the current FAMAS that we have, is that the burst is straight trash. That's what made it so lethal in 1.6. Back when you guys were in diapers. And rumor has it, Harry still wears a diaper. So, Harry now.
There's caffeine intake, maybe.
Just flows right through him.
Less of that.
Ugh. You make me sick, Harry.
Appreciate it, man.
Little rat.
My, it's getting very violent right now.
Look, man.
I'm just kidding, man.
It's all right, man.
Okay, man.
Good, man.
Okay, man.
Sure, man.
Welcome to Pimp Stream, man.
Jacob Vinegar.
Oh, we all miss him, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I miss
somebody
Pim's
him.
face at times, and then I
R.I.P.
remember, do I? That's the question. And I don't have the answers. Look at this, man. It's like a sneak. Owen alone, he's had enough. He's like, man, they're sneaking up on us, and I can feel it. So he takes that peek. Does win it out, and now they try and commit into a B site. Stacked full of 3. Pwn alone, putting up numbers. And yeah, man, making you eat those words. How do they taste? Pretty damn salty, if I had to guess. As that 4-spy round comes up in favor of the Whalers. And I say 4-spy, it was actually just a little bit of armor on players that could afford it, and the saved weapons kept forward. They were buying this round anyway. And so now the money is just off the charts, man. Radical.
But I mean, even for Liquid, they pretty much just stroll right into B. Let's be honest. They just walked in. They might have thrown a flash towards spawn. There might have been a smoke here and there. There was an idea. And they just walk in.
Yeah, they're going for contact play, and Stewie's close looking at the site. His teammate pulls out a smoke to throw at CT, and that's when the P comes in. It's very bad timing for Liquid, and maybe they're going to go for one of these safer executes, right, with a heavy molly setups, defeating players on the close orange, deep smokes, maybe Furia-esque. When Liquid played Furia on this map, one of the go-tos, one of the really good things were those B executes, and both teams are doing it. Liquid got an 8-round half, I think, or a 7 or 8-round half against Furia on this map. And so we know they've got that in their pocket. Will they show it today? Flash is back up B, 2 here fighting at the sandbag, smoked off right now. Liquid just waiting it out. They've got a corner molly. Naf was lining it up. If he does, it's going to trap one player out and the other in. Ben traded. Rampage going to get mollied as well. Can someone capitalize if he swings off? Whoa! He gets away for free. But they trade Molotovs and Liquid go back towards that A site. Whalers are already ahead of it with the rotate coming through spawn. Ooh. Look at the wall. They've cut off the pit.
Oh, Pew. Well, actually dead right away, but it's Rampage that we should have been paying some attention to. He just demands respect inside of the site. He's left in a 1v1. Elige versus DJ. And Elige, I know where he is. DJ with the swing. Locking in the round for the Whalers. 4 on the board.
Oh, dear. Henry Greer.
What about him?
Oh, just kind of just rolls off the tongs. That whole like, oh dear, Henry Greer. Oh dear, Henry Greer.
Yeah, Liquid weren't ready for the 3rd man in the site, and that's because Rampage had the early rotate. When he gets pushed off the sandbags at B, he just runs A. Great read for Whalers. They were ahead of the curve there. And Liquid, I like the execute smokes, right? They cut off the pit. They isolate the site, but that's exactly where Whalers were playing. And even though the fights are traded out, it's the clutch for the Whalers. 4-2. Liquid, what do you do?
Well, the old warning alarm's going off at this point, right? This is a good start for the Whalers. Oh, Rampage and Bentley opening the round up. And so now for Twist, Naf, and Elige, these are 3 names that we know and we love within the NA scene. What are they going to be able to bring to the table?
Repercussions, Harry. That's what they bring to the table.
All right, all right, all right.
Pwn alone goes very, very wide to drop that smoke. That makes me anxious, man. Pwn alone, dude. Why are you doing that to me? He just ran out into the open just to right-click a smoke.
Sometimes it be like that, I guess.
Sometimes it do. Liquid have spawn, but they're not wrapping B. They don't have banana control. And Whalers double setup in B. It is like both of them watching the line to the CT side. And so they're ready for this. They know they've conceded this position, but Liquid aren't committing with it. And so Whalers still stacked up on A with 3. Crossfire, the orb watching long. But it can turn on a dime. DJ and Bew. The rifle 2. Waiting for contact. 20 seconds. He's going to give it up. Liquid are going. DJ's blind. Great entry for Elige. Can he find the orb? Pwn alone still watching long, and Elige dives into his behind. Bew gone as well. Those are some crucial kills for Liquid. How on earth did they get that with no casualties, no penalties? And now Whalers, they got to kick it right back in their goal hole. 2 on 3 on the retake.
And in case numbers aren't your strong point, 2 is, I think, smaller than 3.
It's true.
And so now, right, a lot of this pressure gonna fall to Twist as the only guy with any HP, and a missed shot from Elise. Oh my goodness!
Page.
But 2 is certainly more than none, and that's all that stood for Liquid there. Whalers grab that defuse. That is a speedy retake. They didn't have a lot of time, what with the silent rotation in through mid. And so suddenly, right, you get to that site, the bomb's already half ticked. Everything you do has to be immediate. And so they deal with Twists right away. He tries to get up on top of old mate Beichel, and it doesn't work out. Elysian Naf, both low, right? Twist really had to be the guy to step up. And sadly, with him dying right away to open that round, it got very, very dire.
Yeah, pistols for Liquid. They've really been tested right now. This is a great start for the Whalers. Winning rounds they shouldn't. Stealing them right back. Liquid coming up ult. Boom. There goes over the top, but it's the Mag 7 to keep your eyes on for DJ. Typically in the hands of Pwn alone, but he's got the AWP and he's got the pick. DJ going in to clear the apartments. Bew has the smoke down. Grim gonna go through it. Oh, DJ looked away. It's not much of a pickup though for Grim, as he can't really use the gun against them. Back to the tech he goes. Ben fighting long. They just run through the smoke and Nap with the Deeg. Oh boy, the Tech 9's come alive. Pwn alone with the opener site needs something. He's got a click, but nothing more. The Mag 7 chases him down, and low HP again for Liquid. It was a problem last time. Will Rampage win another retake for the Whalers?
Yeah, and low HP again, just like you said. You look at Rampage, did it last round. Will he do it again? He's going to go straight through the smoke. I think he's got a hunch that they are low. And with no indication, no clear sign of where he's coming from, that peak is fatal for Naf. Another one here. Will they give him another one? Will they play the bomb timer? Easy for Rampage. That's back-to-back rounds. He's done it to him.
Hey, just wait. They peek him. He perfect read from both the positions. He saw the molly come out from Grim in the pit, and he reads the man at the back of the site. That's just excellent for Rampage. Simple is, as simple does. And Liquid, only an eco, but again, like another round that, yeah, they really should be winning there, even with the low health. Great play for Rampage. 6 on the board for the Whalers. Still nice stuff from Grim and co, right? Grabs a kill, grabs a Mag 7, gets a double opener on the site as well. Liquid is still going to be able to keep rebuying. They've got the money, they've got the bomb plants, and they've got the buy here.
They threw the long smoke right away, and that there has baited this utility out into the top of mid from the Whalers. And the Whalers respond with a very, very passive hold back in the site. They just completely give up all this ground out into the top of mid. Now that maybe could come back to hurt them, right? Top mid control is often established. If you're trying to take this default, if you're Liquid, right, you want top mid and you want Banana. Now they're not competing for Banana. They do have Grim holding it in case anyone gets aggressive, but Whalers haven't exactly shown that that's something that they're too heavily emphasizing in this matchup. Now with top mid taken, you do have the option to try and run B a little bit later in the round, especially with that kill onto Ben Lee. You've dealt with a long player. Even opens up the potential to go like CT to B, but Team Liquid don't. They grab that bomb, and it will be back to this B play, as usually happens, right? You take the top mid, you keep players inside of the A site, and the only thing that can change the wins of this round is if you re-aggro into top mid, and that is exactly what the Whalers do. So Pwn alone rotates round.
Right place, right time. Can he hit the shot though? There's the first. As the smoke blooms, Grim peaks. He pays the price. Rampage at the back of the site, and Liquid only had 13 seconds. They've got to clear it quick. Naf going. He spams the smoke. Pwn's dead. Rampage does trade. Naf needs a kill before he plants, or this round is donezo. He can't get the frag. Rampage stalling, and Naf, a lost round in his hand. Nothing he can do about it but wait behind the boxes. Whalers
are putting it up on them.
Yeah.
7-2.
Dear, oh dear. Even with that smoke spam, very quick clear from Naf, but him dying behind the pillar actually stalls it out long enough. The Whalers just win the round off time alone. Needed an immediate double kill, and it just wasn't meant to be. Whalers read it as well. As you said, Harry, the re-aggression into mid. Pwn low rotating with the AWP, putting up a kill. Weakening Liquid, bringing them to their knees. 7-2. You mollying down mid. Liquid kept out early. And aggression down Banana. Nafta's punished Bew at the top of mid. DJ is pushed as well. He's low. Stewie going through the smoke. Oh boy, he's got his back turned. No knife needed. DJ takes the kill and runs out alive.
And they've just got a number here, it seems. The Whalers. Albeit in a 4v4 this round. Still at the advantage. Liquid are going to press this A side, it seems. Ben Lee, this is your time to shine. The spray is dirty, it's messy, and, well, it gets cleaned up finally. But Pwn alone in the site alive. SMG comes to life, does everything he's got to do. Rampage, again, backing up the team. And, well, Liquid are nowhere to be seen just yet. Scary scenes, even. Liquid and Whalers, a match made at the Intel Extreme Masters 2020 online, New York.
Pwn alone, he can do it with everything, right? Rifles, orbs, shotguns, SMGs. This guy doesn't care, and we're starting to see the fan cams for the Whalers side pack out that little bit more. The more wins they get, the more wind in their sails. 8-2. Liquid on pistols. They've made these rounds close before. Close ain't gonna cut it when you're getting reamed on your map pick like this. Liquid need a turnaround. More aggression down Banana. Pwn hears them in ult as well. Rampage at the bottom of a B. Liquid, they're going to late flash in as the smoke fades. Rampage. Kind of trapped here as well. Ben has a re-smoke. Is his timing going to be good though, or will Liquid flash in before the smoke is down? He needs it soon if Rampage wants to have a fighting chance of staying alive in this close position. Otherwise, Liquid could grab a gun. No, Rampage just mows him down with the flash coming through. Doesn't make a difference. Rampage on a third. And boy, bomb drop. Liquid. What can they do? Smoked off by Ben. He spams back as well. They're just trying to get the package. Whalers, good decision to give it up. They let them have Banana, but it came at a cost, and that cost was 3 lives.
That might be the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals. Liege will get one back at least, but this round is pretty much over.
Yep.
And it's Whalers up to 9 on the map pick of Liquid. It is a bit of a shame. I wish that this matchup or something comparable to this, because, you know, Whalers did take down Furia, which was sick. I wish that we saw a little bit more in this regard, just because this game, right, for a team like Liquid doesn't carry the biggest meaning ever, you know? And I feel like it's always going to have that little asterisk by it of like, yeah, they beat them, but it wasn't a 5th place decider. And it's like, and obviously I'm reading into this, like, if Whalers win, but hell, man. Like,
the rate is going.
Start, you know?
What else are you watching?
Yeah, and that's a bit of a shame, because I don't want that to take away from how good the Whalers are looking right now. DJ with the mid-aggression takes down another. And now they've aggroed onto the logs. Banana is lost. Liquid in a 3-on-4.
What I love as well is as Whalers pick up more rounds, they pick up more confidence. You can see the free-flowing aggression. They have no fear about getting in the face of Liquid, about taking names and pushing down mid. They did it in a pistol, for crying out loud. And now in gun rounds, they're still playing as aggressive. Liquid getting crushed, 4-on-2, twisting. Oh, and we just got around the corner. Rampage walking to his likely death, and Twist with a flick back. Keeping Liquid in this round. There is still a chance yet. Ben at the top of B, above the smoke, Elise reads it. And now it's a 2-on-2. Whoa, don't count your chickens before they hatch, Whalers. Because right now, Liquid coming back into the round. These are the ones that they excel in. 2-on-2 right now. Whalers split 1 per site. No AWP on Pwn either. Stuck in Graveyard. Liquid have a Molotov, but likely towards the pit rather than this position. How long will Pwn alone hold his own?
Well, as his name suggests, he's pretty good in these 1vx scenarios, but not this time around. Just gets wiped out right away. Bomb now down. Ben Lee left in the retake, and all the way from B. Molly going to delay his offensive even more. Now, they can still buy next round, so Ben Lee can definitely justify giving this a little look. And he does. And dies. Team Liquid put 3 on the board. And yes, you're hearing that right. Team Liquid with 3 to the 9 of the New England Whalers.
What year is this?
Well, 2020 has been a pretty big one. Some sort of like global pandemic thing happening all around the world. The map of the series.
Yeah, and early days. 2-on-4-1 by Liquid. Maybe that will reinvigorate them and we can see some more of this excellence. But Whalers back to a triple B, back to the fast util down Banana, denying his presence for Liquid. H makes the jump up into the halls. View is here with a molly ready. No warp in this round either. That's a good time. Molotov at least trapped between the flames. Nowhere to go. Not the bedroom. Backing up into the pit. View gives up apartment. Aggression down B again for the Whalers. This is all by design. Liquid are keeping up the pressure on A with still players at the bottom of B waiting for this push that is coming through. Grim is ready to receive, but Whalers not going any further than this crossfire. And what this does mean is if Liquid aggro into A and they actually take the site and they commit without clearing out B before they do so, Whalers will be fast on the pounce from behind. But will that be their undoing if they go too early? Grim's still here. He's ready. Ben dead. Twist follows up on A. Grim clearing the corner, doubling up, and that is a perfect round for Liquid. Wrapping in through CT. They got the long pick. Rampage found one going into the A site, but Naf died a hero as Liquid have the round in the palm of their hand. Twist cutting off the rotation on long. And yeah, that's a great reaction. Even though Whalers think they have the read, they think they have the flank, it was all by design for Liquid. 3 kills, and Whalers probably just want to save this gun on view.
Well, you might as well give them a go. It's not like they're in the lead or anything.
And Liquid don't have a huge amount of money to waste here on chasing this kill. So if Elite dies, oh boy, it's no longer a profitable round for Liquid. Can't View profit anymore. Grenades found, smoke dropped. And Stewie coming up from the short side, just gonna hang on to his gun. Liquid on 4 though, still chance at a 6-round half at a pistol, and suddenly we're even Stevens.
This is a weird thought, but it's true.
Okay,
I'm invested.
As of Furia making the grand finals today, the only NA team that beat Furia at IEM New York
Whalers
were the New England Whalers.
Wow.
Whalers.
That's kind of unreal when you think about it. Because like, they go on to face 100 Thieves or Team 1, neither of which are North American.
And neither of which will probably beat
Well, probably
Furia.
beat them, right? So even if you make it competition-wide and you include everyone in that, and you say, well, the only team to beat Furia were the New England Whalers, which I think speaks volumes as to how good these guys have looked.
Oh, how does Ben win that? That was Allegia's bread and butter, but he saw the shadow on the left side, and there was a player on either side. Bit of a weird one. Still a gun for Bew, but he's tagged up in the process. No one with armor to throw it over to, so may as well keep this in his hand. Nade for Pone alone. Stewie is up and past this position. DJ in a nice little grimy spot. They could have the util for a B play, but they're backing out of Banana while they throw in the nade. So this triple setup, calling for a 4th. I'm going to regret that decision. Bew sticks around. Right, cool. If there's any chance for Whalers to win an eco like this, it's got to be Bew. But we know what he can do. So they chuck the gun out. They want to be caught with nades in hand, or you know, cycling weapons rather. They throw the nades, execute into A, and 2 here to stop them.
Yeah, I was going to say it's quite the debut for the New England Whalers.
See ya.
Until that unfortunate turn of events right there, which is Twist finding a double.
Must be awful to play against, right? He just comes around the corner, headshots you both, like 4 bullets, just bye-bye. A's lost, round gone. Liquid looking for 6.
Ah, man. It's like I read on Reddit, right? Like,
all good stories start this way, please.
As long as you're LEM plus, you have comparable skill to the pros.
Yeah, dude.
And it's just the teamwork that will
Yeah, that's all, and the communication. Teamwork, communication, nothing else.
See, because Stewie, he's actually only DMG, but he's just really, really good at like coming up with ideas. And so they let him in on like that basis. Grim as well, when they got him, he was just a little MG1 that could. And now look at him, man. He's rolling up there with the Supremes of the world.
Nice, dude. MM rank means all.
Yeah, so just, you know, like... no, because that's the thing, right? I think in that Reddit thread, there was a pretty legitimate question, which was, what's it like to play up against pro players?
Like that.
And yeah, like, if you haven't seen from where we have like these like MDL teams and thereabouts, right? Not looking at the Whalers and Team One, who have obviously done really well, and I think are both destined for something a little bit higher than that. If you look at other teams here, like Rebirth or Imperium, these guys, all exceptionally good at Counter-Strike, far better than anyone at like global elite in MM, which
anyone
is ultimately meaningless, right? Like when you get to pro level, the MM ranks really don't mean anything. If you see how easy it was for these top teams to blow those guys out the water, where, you know, like they already represent like a top like 1% of CS players. Well then, geez, like, you know, if that doesn't give you the indication, then I don't know what will.
Yeah, that's a good point. EG, they like 16-1 Rebirth, and those, yeah, good players, strong individuals, better than you, better than me. But still, not better than EG. Liquid in a 1-on-2. Nice shot for Naf off the D. Bucourt back down mid. And now it's a gamble pick for DJ. Is Naf going to fake it? Is he going to double back to B? No. DJ's got the wrong read in this round. And Naf just committing to this A site. Now, could complicate it. Could go through spawn and wrap B. Taking his time on the long side. Waiting for a rotate back his way. And DJ might even just aggress down Banana and go for the full wrapperoo. And they swap positions. Quite a weird one. Naf doubling back to check middle. DJ won't be there in time, though. And Naf will have that free A plant. He's read it well. Bomb is his. Down default. Can go anywhere he wants. Back to the apps is going to be a safe decision. And DJ a long rotation into A. It had been a strong start for the Whalers, but Liquid finding 6. Suddenly things are looking up. But we're not there yet.
Nope. Anything can happen at this crucial junction. Naf hears all of this. And while DJ is a little bit cognizant of the idea that someone might be in Boiler, Naf, with just how large his brain is, it's just incomprehensible for some of you. Sloth, known to be one of the smarter ones. Now Naf is going to play this pillar. Watch this.
See ya.
One bullet and a dream. And, of course, that's all Naf needs. We go to a break. We're going to come on back with the New England Whalers taking on Team Liquid right here for the Intel Extreme Masters, New York 2020 Online.
Rising of the ashes, coming from the ether. All I hear is static. Breathe a little deeper. Fallen, broken, a million light years away from home. My eyes opened, and now I've come to claim life. Never let it go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah, Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Gonna let it burn. Gonna let it burn. now they see me shining, calling me a goddess, thunder and the lightning. I'm falling, I'm faster, making my way back, I'm close to home. I'm fighting harder, because I've come to claim my throne. Never letting go.
Well, Liquid probably not feeling too great in the first half of play, and that's because, well, they didn't look alive. And that is certainly the notion that we have to go off of here. New England Whalers maybe just doing the opposite and showing us way too much face. Welcome back, everybody, to the Intel Extreme Masters. This is a fifth place decider featuring Team Liquid, surprisingly, against another surpriser in the New England Whalers, who've had quite the run here at IEM in their debut.
Oh, Liquid throwing it right back at him. Pistol pushed down mid, and the T's are ready for it this time around. Liquid got caught by that same play in the first half, but no, not today. Whalers with a 2-for-1 trade. They lose a man at B, and they run right on up towards this A site. Grim in the pit, gonna have to put up one hell of a hold, but flashed out, and Pone alone doubles down in the round. Bomb planted, and Stewie, a 1-on-3 with a utility. No kit, and 4 up. He's gonna get domed. Whalers with a pistol. It felt like Liquid had found some face, had found some space near the end of the first half, but with a pistol in the favor of the Whalers, oh, ho, 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 ho. This one just got interesting yet again.
Yes, it did, Hugo. 10-6, map pick of Liquid. Everything having gone wrong. Pone alone and Rampage. They're not necessarily poning alone, but they are poning Liquid. This has not gone well. But Deagles could be entertaining at the very minimum for Team Liquid. Except for when you get mollied off. And your plans, well, they're canceled.
On 3, and Whalers desperate play into this B bomb site now. Liquid have a third rotate in the form of Naf as well. They can come through the smoke. Flash is good. Everyone's blind. Grim is smoked at the back of New Box. Naf going back up. Oh, dropped by Rampage. It's flipped on its head. Whalers always find a way, and Elige can't pick a target. There's too many to choose. Twist alone. 1-on-3. And this was a 5-on-3 for Liquid. Whalers, what a recovery. Bomb planted. Twist looking for anything here, and he's just going to get deleted by the scout. This is so impressive for the New England Whalers. 11-6. And Liquid broke.
Now, Liquid can't be arsed. There we go. Is that the right term?
Yeah, you add the R. I don't use it, but, you know, you can always...
Can somebody explain to me, one of you two, where does that originate?
There's a lot of accents.
Like the R in arse. Maybe not like a pirate, but...
If anything, can you explain to me why you removed it? Because
why we removed the R? Well, I was just wondering why it's there in the first place, because you don't spell that word just ASE, right? So...
Ace.
Ace.
Ace. It just really doesn't even have the same impact.
I don't know. I'm not a language man.
But might be an arse expert.
I don't even know how to respond to that, Trost.
Of course.
Oh, look, man, with all the mentions of arse, you may as well start calling him Booby.
It's a great point, Harry. It's a great point.
Outside of this B site.
I can't wait for the Booby stickers, man. That's what I'm excited for. Maybe not in this team, but one day.
Now, let's get him and Mr. Stacy on the same team.
Ah.
And the combination, well, endless, really, if you think about it. But the combination of kills not really strung together there for Team Liquid.
We could even bring back old school player Fuchs, everyone's favorite.
Yeah. Now we're really reaching.
Look at this, Rampage running in with
block
a Glock.
entry, and that's what he gets.
Teammate, DJ's like, you ain't glocking anyone, guy.
Sit down.
These are my frags.
Can't just shoot our teammates.
Oh, dude, they're scared of CT, but up B, Elige with the D, trying to follow up, Pwn alone, no cover, they re-smoke CT, but both are here, they haven't heard Twist, they still are scared of the ruins, and Twist is coming in to ruin their day indeed. 20 seconds, Liquid hold off. They know the Whalers are pressed for time. They're going to try and re-aggress. Elige, Mystique shot. Twist going to come in to help him out with a tap. Elige is trapped in the corner, caught by Pwn alone, who doubles up, and Whalers find 12. That was only an eco for Liquid. It almost gets out of hand. Nonetheless, buy for Liquid. We saw them recover at the end of the first half, but now they need one hell of a comeback against these Whalers.
Yeah, and trying to come back on the CT side as well. Like, that's always a recipe for disaster, isn't it? The money is always just so finicky on the CT side. And I don't mean finicky, like that Danish guy.
There's multiple of them. Multiple Danish guys, yes. You might look at Daneland and think there's only one Dane. In this round, there's a lot of danger. Ben Leet starting off with 36 HP, but Pwn alone posted up. Drops Molotov towards Arch. Forcing a rotation out of what was a triple stack on B for Liquid.
Oh, into the AWP. Elige almost walks, and he might still go back, but this time with the flash, sees nothing. Back into the A site before for Liquid. Stewie's come off that B rotation. Grim still has a Molotov, so he can play solo B. Jumping and spotting. Bomb is still back down T-spawn. Is this going to be a CT wrap into that B bomb site? It certainly could be. They're backing up, keeping 4 players from Liquid here. But as said, Grim can stall this play and call for Stewie on that rotation, who also has a smoke still. Grim spotting the AWP and getting out of there alive. Here comes the util. It's a fast play for the Whalers. Will they respect the molly? There's a big gap. Oh, it spreads though. They smoke it and keep going.
Stewie gonna try and run him down from CT, and there's the opener for him. More damage through the smoke. Stewie picking up a gun and going in for more. DJ does get past them in the site, but now Nap, taken out of the round as well. Pwn alone with a quick AWP shot. No scope even needed. And that's going to leave Elige and Twist in a 2-on-2. Now both these players are low on the Whalers side, but DJ continuing to lay waste to Team Liquid.
Yeah, they're already pretty low. Not the ideal time to peek. That bomb just getting planted. Now Twist, full HP, no kit in hand, so to say. But he's going to start edging his way in just past the tree. Pwn alone has got this angle all day long.
Ooh, are you sure about that?
He gets absolutely smoked, and a little bit of spammage there. Brings 16 HP down for DJ.
TikTok, no kit and no util. He's got to go quick, and he's got to force the fight. Tap on the bomb, moving out wide. DJ, does he call his bluff? Does he go for it? And there it is for Twist. Oh, it's going to be close. I think he's got it. Oh. Yeah,
that's real.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. No sweat. Not even close. Not even a worry. It's Liquid with 7.
Not even close, baby.
Not even remotely close.
Doesn't grab the AWP. Did he go back? Maybe not, but like it was there. I don't know why Liquid wouldn't want it on the CT side of Inferno, especially with Pwning alone. But maybe he did grab it, or did they buy it? No, yeah, they got it. So he went back. I missed it.
The Observer shook his head.
It's all on me. Okay, right. I made a mistake.
Whoa.
I'd like to formally apologize.
Everyone, save the date, save the timestamp. Hugo has a confession to make.
Yeah, I just made it.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to make sure we can edit that and put it in beforehand.
Ah, the old switcheroo.
What the people don't see is a lot of these rounds, you know, while the game is scripted, we have to do retakes of the rounds. And I don't mean just like the traditional retake the site. We have to, you know, cut, and then all the players just kind of stop moving, and then we kind of readjust, and we get a couple.
They all get resurrected. They run back to spawn.
Yeah, and you know we have to do that to adhere to these
with like all these camera angles that we've been working on, right? Like getting in. Like
the camera staff, there's a lot of them in the server.
You actually can't see them. They're wearing green screen suits, so they like blend into the map.
It's true. Speaking of blending in, Vinleet and Pwn alone are going to be doing that with the wall. Because they dead.
Look at Grim as well. Oh, well, DJ did. A little too literally. Don't let it spiral out of control again. Oh, no. Back into a 2-on-2, and Stewie is there to kind of save the day. But DJ is looking for a bomb plant in the B site. And what do you know? It's empty. The carpet rolled out for DJ.
And so is this SMG. Now, on 22 HP, goes for that Deagle.
Yeah, you got to hit some bangers if you want to win this round on 20 health. You need to be firing first, and you need to be hitting it with no misses. There is the first. Stewie gone. Twist in the one-on-one. He got it last time around. Already crossed into the site. DJ, quick shot onto the Famous. He's got a flash as well, and Twist is already hunting down the kill. Not even close. Plenty of time. He's got 30 seconds to defuse his bomb, Trace.
Yeah, once again, not even close.
Not even close.
Like, if I think of close, this is the last thing I think of.
Yeah.
Especially the round prior. That was way
if you open the dictionary, you look at the word close, that round won't be there.
Well, that's
I thought it would say our names.
That's like one of the hidden advantages of coming into a game as the favorite, especially when you're up against like an up and coming team, right? Obviously, Liquid being the up and coming.
Good one.
No. The real note is like whenever anyone taps the bomb, Whalers are always just paranoid that they're going to be sticking it, and rightfully so. You know, like you don't want to be the team that gets like ninja diffused in the 1v1, you know, like that's not the kind of, and so you're always very, very paranoid that it's going to be the real thing. And that's why when it gets down to these like 1v1s, you're a little more hesitant to call their bluff. And that's why a lot of the times we're seeing these peaks come in. And also you don't have that same degree of familiarity, you know, like when Furia and EG play each other, well, these guys, you know, they scrim, that's outside of the officials. They play officials almost daily. So it's like, there's a good understanding there as to how people approach that situation.
Yeah, who would stick a bomb and who wouldn't.
And it's like, you don't have that same familiarity, and Liquid don't have that same pressure that Whalers have in those situations.
Right now, the pressure is on Liquid. I'll keep that in mind. It's been a bit of a comeback, though, in these last couple of rounds for Liquid, trying to build into the CT half, and Grim is doing exactly that, mowing them down. 4 bullets left up. Hone alone in the Molotov. How does he hit that shot before he dies? I don't know, but it might not matter anyway. Liquid not going down without a fight. Looking for their third in a row. It's Ben on the other side.
Twist is even wrapping mid, so that should be the end of Ben Leap's parade inside of the B site. Stewie reigns on it, and Team Liquid move on to 9. Once again, breaking the money of the Whalers. So getting well and truly back into the swing of things here. Our Team Liquid. Naf even bringing that AWP out. Also, we'll say, in that Liquid Furia game, it felt like we saw Naf on the AWP a hell of a lot more. And I'm a big fan of that. You know, I like that this is a responsibility that is falling more assuredly onto the shoulders of Naf as opposed to being like feeling based. You know, Stewie, we didn't see him donning it so much in that Furia series.
Was it T-Side Vertigo he was playing it a little bit, occasionally?
Yeah, you know, I think there's still like times where you know, it does still become feeling based, as it were. And like if Stewie has an idea of something that he wants to do, then we see him bring it out. But it did feel like the responsibility was more Naf's, right, than ever before.
Yeah.
And that's nice, man, because I think that's also one of the reasons why that series went so far. You know, Naf had some great games with the AWP.
Sure. And back again with Naf on the AWP. Double naded a pit. Twist's gone. Elige sprays and gets 2. But DJ with a double opener. Naf runs through the smoke. That's a hero play right there. If I've ever seen it before. Ben with a deeg and a 1-on-2, and Naf won't let it happen. You say his name, he comes alive. Liquid up to 10. A 12-6 lead is catching up. Slow and steady wins the race. Liquid almost in the face of Whalers.
Yeah, the rounds have always been fairly close though, right? Think about the amount of times you had to see Twist clutching it out in a 1v1. And what that means is that the money still isn't built up for Liquid, so they are privy to getting reset. Last thing you want, as you've made this comeback happen, you know, you're the favorites. It's 12-10. You know, if you lose the 13th round and everything comes crushing down around you, you've got to either eco or force buy, and then, you know, that's not the decision you want to be making with 13 on the other side. So the pressure's still on, and a clean round is going to be needed to remove that pressure. But right now, it's just a map-wide stalemate. You might be thinking, man, Bu's tall as hell. Pretty sure he's boosted here.
Yeah.
Up on the head of Rampage. Bu, the 7-foot monstrosity. Oh. flashed out immediately. Now, the rest of Whalers are here at Banana, apart from DJ and Ben Lee. We're throwing a bit of a fake in towards this A site, hoping to keep these players here. Naf is playing the speedway, though, and so his rotation is going to be that much faster as a result, which means this B play getting into the site needs to happen quickly and cleanly for the Whalers. They smoke off CT. Stewie only good for one, and Grim tries to go through. Okay. That opens up a 3-on-3, and that is the perfect pacing to be hitting. Naf wasn't able to help out, so that extra fast rotation ultimately hasn't really bought much for Team Liquid, and they've just got to set up for the 3v3 retake.
Yeah, Rampage in a nice off position as well is going to be hard to deal with, but the Flash should be able to catch him here. Can Liquid. High flash. Rampage blind. Only for a second. Twist checks it. Great aim. Great game for Liquid. 3-on-1. Ben trapped in the pit. He has been last man standing a lot of these rounds and unable to find a lot of value from it. Didn't really have much say in the matter in that situation, but Liquid building and building some more. Up to 11 on this CT side. Whalers not out of the woods yet. It's similar what happened against EG inside of the group stage. Whalers put up a fight. They go 10-5 up. They look really good. And then EG pulled a full sweep in their second half. I think it was on the Raj. Losing one round in that second half to close it out. Now, obviously, Whalers have shown face in this T side. They took the pistol. They took 2 follow-ups as well on the anti-ecos. But ever since Liquid have had guns, they've not dropped the ball yet. 5 in a row.
Yeah, that's somewhat of a comeback. Still just one shy. 180 AR flat there for Ponalone. 101 on Elige. But Ponalone definitely one of the difference makers over here for the Whalers right now.
And I really, really hope that we get to see the Whalers keep this good streak up like an MDL, right? Maybe even get to the Pro League. That would be great, because I think the one thing this team is missing is just that level of exposure to the top level, right, on like a consistent basis. And the Pro League is like the best place to get that. You know, like you're playing versus top teams every day when you're in it. And you know, I think the fact that even the fact that they're able to get off to such good starts versus a lot of these teams, you know, even if the victories aren't always there, you mentioned that EG game, right, as one to bear in mind. Closing out games is something that comes with that experience of being able to battle through the opposition. Now, Team Liquid, they've got plenty of experience. They've been in these spots before. They're making this comeback happen. Ponalone wants to do everything he can to deny it. And that double has left a 2-on-3 open to the Whalers. They're going to group up in the apartments, look to get into this A site. Naf down in the pit with the orb. Flashing Grim for a long peek, and now they know long's clear. He's going to hear the out footsteps, but DJ is already down in the pit. Grim blindsides them, and Naf there to finish the job. Team Liquid do tie this up at 12-12, and remember that there was a time where Whalers was sporting a 9-2 lead.
Oh yeah, big time lead in the first half. But the bounce back is real. You can see, though, I mean, I'm watching this boiler fight with Twist. You can just see him mouse wanting and ADing at the same time. A little nerve-wracking. That's way better than nerve-fracking, I'll tell you that. And imagine that feels good. Oh. And the 5th place decider. Just let the music kind of soak in.
I'm wet at the thought. Soaking.
Sorry.
Spilled my drink, guys. Got a problem?
Yeah, I didn't know that you were drinking anything over there.
Yeah, just some Vasa. You know me.
Vasa.
12-12. And Eco is in for Whalers.
Getting wet.
Boy.
I mean, it's always getting wet when you got Liquid and Whalers in the server, right?
Somebody's soaked. Drenched even. Dripping.
Came through dripping.
You go, came through dripping, still dripping. And right now, you'd be tripping to think this series is anything but over.
But you think the series is over?
Nope, not even the map. I mean, it's as close as it can possibly be here, minus the fact that Whalers don't have weapons in this round. And we're going to see Ben Leet drop a smoke. That one's going to land towards that arch and that library side of things. Here comes the execute, the action.
Ooh, Ben. going back for the D. He gets it with a dink through the pillar onto a Liege, but back to B for the Whalers. And Stewie hasn't left too long. He's here in time. Grim as well, fighting for the coffin side. High flashes in, brilliant line. Stewie not, and he's got them both through the smoke. 13 for Liquid, and if I'm Whalers, I am scared. I'm quaking in my boots.
You're not happy with how the second half has gone. Again, that round timeline, it shows you Liquid have just been putting them on them. And now they're going to call a tactical timeout. Interestingly enough,
What do you reckon Moses is saying at this point in time?
hey guys, I just want to say you're doing good up here, and I think that hey, at least pay attention, man. I can see you through the webcam. Okay, thanks. Just want to say you're doing great. Keep it up. Called this timeout to really get in the head of the Whalers so that they could outthink themselves.
Yeah.
And he's saying that, telepathically because
Yeah.
he is kind of like Mr. X in a way. Like, am I thinking of the right guy? I don't know if I'm thinking of the right guy. Oh, well. There it is. Liquid up, though. And perhaps that tack pause is called in just to calm everybody the hell down. A game you didn't think was going to get so close, and boom, there it is. Boom, there it is. Boom, boom, there it is.
Oh, run boost for now. Woo! Fully blind as well. Almost. But no one's ever impressed by an almost. You got to do it. People only care about the results. And right now, those results are coming up in favor of Liquid.
Like an almost wheelie is kind of cool.
Well, it looks like this was destined to be an A play, but the bomb, and Ponalone's just realized it. He's like, well, I guess I'll go get it, guys, while also being top of the server. Thank you. And then everyone else is dying on A. So Ponalone, he's like, I ain't even getting the bomb. I'm not even doing it. You can't make me do it. He comes into the top of mid, and he puts up the first. He's like, well, see, look what would have happened. If you guys had me go get the bomb, we wouldn't have dealt with a Liege. Now he does go back to go for the package. Down at the banana is a man going by the name of Stewart. Ponalone, he's ready. He's waiting. Stewie, look at him. Up on the half wall. Hidden away from the crosshair. Twist is aggressed in through the apartments.
A lot of noise being made here. And it seems like just a matter of time. A lot of damage. Now the jig is up. Naf's able to peek as well off the top middle, and that's an AWP brought into the round and out of the round. For Naf, 10K. The budgets are looking pretty thick over here for Liquid. While the inverse, not quite the same.
Wads of cash for Liquid. Liege, one hell of a hold on this A side. Gets 3 before the orb trade comes through, and too little and too late. Back for the bomb the second time around, and Naf closes it. 14-12, and the Whalers, they've really shown face in this map. And maybe they got more to show in Dust, but right now Liquid are stealing the show. Naf, he doesn't see, but they were late coming out of T-Ramp. If he held, he would have certainly had a kill there. Up and on they go. Early rotate for Naf. It all seems too obvious right now for Liquid. And they've got plenty of util to cycle into this B site. Back down banana.
If they go in out, the timing is perfect for it. The A site is basically begging to have Whalers just run up and get that bomb down. You're only going to get past Twist and a Liege, so it's easy, right?
Yeah, man.
These guys are nuts. I don't know, man. Even with 2 here, it's still a scary idea. But these like partial investments, man, they can get crazy. They can get kind of wild. Twists up on the balcony. No one checked for him. And that lets him get away with more than he should have been able to. Twists.
What?
Puts it all to rest. And that was Stewie who got that. I was going to say, Liege, hello? How did you just do that? He didn't. That's how. 15 on the board for Liquid. 1 away from locking in their map pick. And while it might have been a 9-2 start, while Whalers might have had that lead, it has since turned stone cold and everything is coming up in favor of Liquid.
Yeah, if they win this now, it's going to be a 10-round streak for Liquid to close the map. They were 12-6 down, 9 in a row so far. The maths is pretty simple.
And it doesn't lie most of the time.
Not in this case. Naf's AWPing. They smoked the molly for him. Few. will flash back, and Naf gets out of there alive. Elige is dead. He's been a pillar of consistency up on this A site, but pushed down on the bench and punished for it. That could be a way back in for the Whalers. And when Liquid do have the economy, they're going to be fighting to close this in the next 3. So that's not a worry at least, but you want to do it now before this streak gets broken, before the Whalers get some confidence. Elige tries to end it all prematurely. And now Liquid gamble 3 on A. Banana's being taken. DJ smokes long, denying that information for Stewie. But he goes through it. Naf has in the past. Nade in. And Whalers group in B. Stewie early rotating out of here. He's going to make the gamble, going to make the call. Liquid hoping that they don't get wrapped through spawn, but they've made the right decision right now. Still a lurk in apps. Will DJ come in early or late? Does he want to sell this fake fast, or does he want to come in on a backstab and kill these rotations? Free smoke at B, that's not what the Whalers want to see.
Oh, do they wait for that? That's going to leave them with 20 seconds. I mean, if there ever was a time for DJ to try and sell this fake, it's now. And he does have full utility, so, oh dear, this is risky, not going to leave you with a lot of time. And they send you in to fake at the B site. But this leaves you really strapped for time. These kills have got to come through really quick. And DJ, will he check for twists? That's the big question. Grim dealt with twists. Only good for a double. Okay. That leaves it in a 2-on-2. This is doable, but the fast banana flank is in. From Stewie 2K. Oh, alone down in the pit with the AWP. Fully blind, still hits the shot. It's left onto the shoulders of Naf. In a 1v2 to get this A site back under Liquid control and take the map. Bone alone. Dueling from the pit. Back in the site is still Ben Lee. Blindsides Naf. Whalers gonna take 13 as they look to get us to overtime.
Yeah, that's a bit of a lovely call to go back. It didn't feel like it was going to work for the Whalers, but that crucial entry from Rampage has been so good onto Grim. Twist puts up a double. It's all you can ask from him in that position, especially considering he's been playing it a lot. Whalers know about it, but yeah, Liquid just so close on the retake, but not quite. And Elige probably, team knife, yikes. Probably not going to go back down mid in this one. Elige, I think it was him to knife him as well, so really had a couple of mares in these last 2 rounds. Stewie dead at the top of B with the peak. Boosted up was Pone alone above the logs. And that's a punishment. They could just fast exec as well. There's only one man here. Elige is desperately trying to fill the void on this B bomb site. 3 up banana. Not a lot, but they're going to go for it regardless. Naf stopping one at A, and they're actually going to bail on this B play. The smoke spam drops the bomb. Great spray for Elige. They need to grab it as they go back towards this A site where only Twist sits, but on the long side for a change, Ben will check it, and the timing is good for Twist on the repeat. Orb has made it past though, and the Moto smoke down. Do Liquid want to go right through with a contact play, or do they flash instead? Twist would have to throw it. Unplanted, Liquid playing retake, the nade could be good damage onto Bew, and it is. Liquid 3-on-2 here to close the map. Whalers with the AWP though, and we know how good Pone alone has been.
Down in the pit. That's where he finds himself. The re-smoke down at Moto. They're having to wait for this to fade, or they just flash through, and it might be the latter. That's getting lined up. There's the push for Elige. The flashes are good. Everyone's blind. The Bew gets decked. Pone alone, left in a 1v3. And he can't find Grim. Team Liquid, they do recover. They pick up their map pick 16-13. They go 1-0 up in this series. And now, Dust 2 next. Who's going to take it? Will this carry on? We want it to. So let's see what the mileage is on this series.
isn't over yet. You lost one fight, but it's not the end. So get back up and fight again. Take one step, take another. Find the strength for your brothers. Erase the doubt with your battle cry. You feel the earth move to the drum of steel boots. Banish the fear inside. You're strong enough that you don't have to hide. No, you don't have to hide. You're strong enough with your battle cry. Clash of steel spills your blood. A whisper out. Go to hell and
We're still not entirely sure how it was done, but it was done. And Liquid get it done more over here on Inferno. A real close one, but it does happen. Our 5th place decider for the Intel Extreme Masters New York 2020 Online is here. It's now. It's the New England Whalers taking on Team Liquid. New England Whalers get off to a hot start. You got to be honest with yourselves. And New England might be better than Old England.
Oh, 100%. I have no doubt in my mind, Trace.
Yikes. Did we rub one there? Sorry for you.
Oh, well.
Found him at a vulnerable time, Trace. Let him know.
Yeah.
Anything you want to get off your chest? Or
No, not at all. I just hate my country. So look, man, we got Liquid taking on the New England Whalers.
Okay.
And it was a really good start from the New England Whalers. And there were a lot of things that we should look at here as good things. Pone alone with a great map. Right. He was looking really, really good. We have Bew right in this squad as well, who I think technically free agent. As a result of not being on this squad anymore. So there's an enticing prospect because he's been really, really good across most series for the New England Whalers and isn't a part of the team. So
How much is he paying you, Harry?
look, man, I'm just selling Bew because I love him. He's great. And
Mountain
look,
Bew.
Yeah.
Nice.
It
Okay.
works.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now we're really starting
Big
something.
brains.
Someone else who deserves the shout out here has got to be Rampage, man.
Yes.
The entries that this guy was providing to the New England Whalers was instrumental.
And the closers. Think about the amount of retakes he had in that first half that were just excellent. Whalers go up 9-6, man. Liquid, they were fighting back at the end of the half to recover. Whalers win the pistol. They go on a bit of a streak, start to put rounds together, and then Liquid 9 in a row to get back into control, to get map point as well on their pick. That being said, their pick, and it gets awfully close. So it certainly makes you wonder, what's Dust 2 got in store?
Yeah, I mean, we could start talking about Dust 2. I think, we look at these numbers. We say Elige, obviously a rock here for Team Liquid. He keeps it going. He keeps it alive. This is one of those beacons over for the Team Liquid side. Now, I think we can do a little bit more out of this, and just to kind of expand on the game that we saw, we're going to pull up a round timeline here with the New England Whalers and Team Liquid, and it's probably going to break it down just a little bit better for you, Hugo.
Yes, indeed. This looks like reversed almost. That ain't right, Trace.
What if I do this?
Sorry to break it to you. Am I crazy?
Perhaps.
I think I'm crazy.
Yeah, because
where's the massive CT streak for Liquid? Where's the 9 rounds in a row? I
mean, also, this says that everyone died all the time.
Yeah.
I think this is just wrong.
Yeah.
And it also says...
Get it out of here.
Yeah, cancel this. It also says that the last round was won by the Whalers, which is, I think,
Not true.
impossible.
I'm not sure what happened there.
I think it's impossible.
Well, we
I'll
had
take
an
the heat for that
idea.
one.
We had an idea, and it was going to be cool, but It's
for another time.
Yeah,
How did
that's
that
for later.
Yeah, I've just opened mine. It looks the same, so I don't even know what's going on.
I think the most important thing that we should be paying attention to here
go on.
is that the Whalers, they look good, they were in control right up until the moment that they weren't. And then Team Liquid just sees that game back. They take matters into their own hands. They're the Liquid they needed to be. They're the Liquid we expect. And I think the reason that we've homed in on talking about the Whalers so much here is because we expect Liquid to win this series. We know Liquid are good, right? We know Liquid are good at this game. And I think the New England Whalers deserve the shout out, deserve the appreciation for putting up such a good fight here.
And let this kind of ring as a testament too, just to kind of back up what you're saying here, Harry, is that quite frankly, that 9-2 lead speaks for itself. And the fact that the Whalers make this so much more competitive than I think anyone gives them credit to walking into it at a surface, at a face value, that says a whole lot about the New England Whalers.
Yeah, it's nice that, you know, Liquid, we know these guys to have problems in the past, especially with closing out games, the classic Liquid choke and all of that. But this was like the inverse of that, right? Whalers up in control, Whalers looking really good. And then Liquid pull a massive comeback to take control back of the series. Obviously, I will say, I'm not worried. I still think Liquid are going to win this game, but Dust 2 is a bit of a question mark in my mind. We know they've been shaky on it. We know that AWP isn't consistent all the time, and I wonder where it's going to be going in this one. And the fact that Whalers show up in such a big way on a map pick of Liquid makes me consider that, okay, they could have more in store in this series.
They've got a lot in the tank.
Yeah.
And I hope there's no whales in the tank. That would be horrible. Let's go ahead and go to a break and contemplate all of that right here and how whaling is a terrible, terrible thing that should stop immediately. Oh, yeah, we're going to Dust 2 when we come back. Thank you, everybody. We'll be right back.
With the right CPU, you can turn any game from familiar to phenomenal. Unleash the potential in all your gaming with Intel 10th Gen processors. With its optimal balance of threads, cores, and frequency to deliver elite real-world performance, only Intel can bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game PC optimizations. Supercharge your Marvel's Avengers experience with Intel Core i5, i7, and i9 processors.
Ring ring! The IEM New York Experience Box is here. Hot, fresh, and delivered straight to your door. Tasty ingredients make this box a must-have. Claim yours quick at the ESL shop before they sell out. Oh, and there's no real pizza. Get your taste of New York while it's hot.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Seeing the stars reminds me of you. You left me with scars, but I know that one day you'll see it through. You give me air to breathe, you give me light to see. When things are out of reach, you bring them back to me, back to me. You see it through, you see it through, you see it through, you see it through. Talking to myself and I can't focus. Yeah, I'm broken. The door is closing. Wanna be a part of something more than this. I've lost control of it. I've lost control. You give me air to breathe. chasing all my dreams now lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different.
Intel Extreme Masters New York Online is brought to you in part by Intel, Acer Predator, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, DHL, AT&T, U.S. Air Force, and GG Bet.
We're ready to jump back into it with Lil Momo and company. That's right, Moses, Jason, freaking Moses O'Toole, man. Ready to go. Dust 2 locked and loaded in our 5th place decider here, featuring both Team Liquid and the New England Whalers. We're jumping right into it with a pistol round. And you're going to see those odds kind of reflect the end of the matchup that was, well, Inferno, in case you're just joining us. And also just joining us are Harry and Hugo. Guys, welcome back.
Thanks for having us, Trace.
Hey, you know, just really happy here to have you here. And moreover, to talk, geopolitical discussions with you.
I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hey, tell us what you do for a living, man. Where are you calling out of?
I'm calling out of Brighton Beach.
Oh, cool. Brighton Beach. Yeah, we've heard some good things about that place. Tell us, what is it that you do for a day-to-day living?
The signal's kind of bad. What was?
All right, hey, man. Well, thanks. You didn't win the giveaway this time. We're going to move on. Thank you so much for being a long-time listener. Next caller.
Ooh.
ESL Radio. Who's this?
Hi, it's Hugo. We got Liquid going fast into the B-bomb site. DJ is shutting it down. Bomb drop. Rampage covers. How does he get that with the CZ? At a range, Twist trades it all back into his favor. And now a chance for Twist in the 1-on-2. USP reload. He's getting flanked from Tons. Ben moving in quick as well. Pone Lone holds for the push, and Twist is going to give it to him up close, out the door, doubling back into Rampage. Oh, it's Ben, rather. Forget I said anything. And Whalers, they're going to win the round. We all know, though, strong starts mean nothing with Liquid on the other side for the Whalers. They've already been dished out death as a dessert in that second half.
It's always in high supply, it seems.
Great shots from Twist. But ultimately, meaningless.
And quite frankly, Hugo, has anyone ever broken a promise to you?
Probably, yeah, sure. Why?
Like, do you just ever get the feeling, though, when someone breaks a promise, you just know it, like, instinctively?
Yeah.
What about you, Harry? Do you have a soul?
No.
Okay, well,
No.
kind of sums
You
that
going
up.
anywhere with this, Trace?
Not very far, but perhaps. You don't have to go looking very far
man,
either.
a broken promise is like a broken economy, right? It was going to happen at some point, and it's all about muscling through it and getting back on track. And I think that that's something we can take away from today.
All right, fair enough. That'll be a TED Talk with Harry Russell as Cat Hit comes in for Team Liquid.
Cat Hit, indeed, indeed. Stewie 2K, given the hero AK in this round.
Ooh, dear.
Bit of a Furia-esque purchase here. Will it be... Oh, the nades are absolutely gorgeous for the Whalers. And while Stu does put up one, his time on this earth draws to a close immediately after.
Well, that was not the play. We can tell you that much. Catwalk is closed for your business, Team Liquid. Cat jam, y'all. Yeah, Twist, the only one seemingly to find some frags so far, and that's going to be a 3K with a Glock in the very first round of the game.
I'm trying to figure out how the bomb got to there. Did Naf have it, drop it in top mid, and then go watch long? It's only a little minor thing. I'm just doing like my detective, because everyone else was lower tunnels. Twist was T-spawn. Yet the bombs dropped over towards Cap. And he'd only just started the round. Interesting. We'll bear that in mind. Yes.
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 Indeed. Of course.
And so now this little skirmish that's about to break out through lack of better wording, looking to come into mid, no less, actually. And Grim, wow, opener.
Yes.
Can he get any more? That's the question, right, that we have to ponder now. And, answer, Twist actually falling over here in mid. Now, it was Grim who I asked if he could get any more, and he's going to have to, because one by one, these enemies are falling down here in mid, thanks to this flank from Ben Lee. Pwn alone up on the catwalk. And he will shut down another, leaving it on a Liege and Grim in a 2-on-3. Moving in towards this B site, but the rotations are already thick and fast for the Whalers. Flash is good, and they peek in front of it. Grim all alone, and he's in with 2, but not the third one there that was needed. 3 in the round in total.
And that switch to the knife, that was the end of Liege.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. He waits ever so long for that smoke. It eventually does pop, but knife out. Wasn't meant to be.
I like that re-aggression for the Whalers. They already look very good on this map, very prepared about who's doing what and how and when and why. Ben flanks upper long. He gets one, backs up, re-aggression from Catwalk, mows down some lower players, and then Whalers just pop back into B, not letting Liquid get the plant. They had the man advantage. They make the first move there in that 3-on-2, and they catch Liquid with their pants down. Pwn alone on the mag. Doesn't want to back up too far. Shotguns, funnily enough, work better up close, but he falls and gives them the short side. Liquid with only Deegs at the end of the day. Plenty of rifles to tear them apart. Mag 7 on the jump shot. What can he do? They're far further than maybe he's ready, but footsteps will give it away. There's one. Polo. Oh, can't do it again. Twist stops him. Not a gun to be retrieved for Liquid, though. Not that they care. They're looking for the plant right now. Bew in tandem with the flash, not going to find anything. Late long is Naf, great shot, and that's a gun gifted over. He's checking for the flank, but really he needs to help out his teammates on the site.
Yeah, this retake is already coming in, and they are already past this long player. Rampage puts up one, but they are still a man down. Ben Lee falling, and now just Rampage, but he's been great at closing these rounds out. He's got 2 bullets, though.
Damn.
And he needed it to land. Twist with the Deagle puts that first on the board for Liquid. They get it done with Deegs and nothing more. And with that victory, the money for the Whalers is out the window.
Yeah, nice long smoke. Yeah, sure.
That's what boat windows are called, right?
What are they called?
Is it porthole?
Sounds right.
Yeah, portal. No, yeah, I think you're right. But also, I'm not any kind of sailor, so I'll tell you that.
Smooth sailing for Liquid in this round, though. The buy is pretty weak on the other side. I was going to say, I like that long smoke to cut off Naf that the Whalers used to get back into the site. The 1 AK, they were trying to avoid it, but the downside of it is, you know, with Deagle trades on A, Naf is able to walk up and get very close to Car. Even though he's dealt with, still around for Liquid. Twist for the Deegs, and Scout at the back of the site for Rampage. Looking for heads. Does tag Stewie. Bomb in the pit, been seen.
I don't know, man. Guy called Rampage has a scout, and, well, EJ, though, he's got the scout. Don't worry, man, because Pwn alone and Bew actually has a scout, so maybe that there can do some damage. Pwn alone as well. This guy. And that there is proof that the caster's curse is real. If you ever needed it, you submitted this to various scientific boards to get it peer-reviewed. But it certainly looks to be the case. Naf opens up through the mid doors with an AK fighting a scout. I don't know how. That is absolutely wild. But he does, because that's the kind of guy that Naf is.
Damn, it feels good to be a Naffer.
It's never felt better, man. Naf stonks through the roof right about now.
Mm-hmm.
Usps for the Whalers. Nothing more, nothing less. Not even a flash to aggro Cat. They're just going to wait for the headshot angle. Stewie won't give it to them. He's going to get popped out mid. To go and dry, and to great success. The flash comes late, and they could just walk into B at this point. As soon as they jump spot short, as soon as they get that info, especially with that molly trapping them forward, Stu's going to make the call, and they can, well, they could run away, or they could just kill them all. I was going to say, yeah, it's a liquid play. Of course, they're chasing the kills. USP's on the other side, not a problem. Now they run B with the bomb, avoiding view. Leech going for the eeks, and he's got them too. Liquid up to 3. Even Stevens.
Yeah, there's no shying away from this.
Hey.
Hey.
Big Shia.
Hey, guys.
Shout out Shia LaBeouf one time.
Shia LaOof in the booth.
I'd rather be oofing in the booth than
getting scouted down middle, perhaps?
Yeah. Or boofing the oof. Either or. Rampage holding on with the scout. Gets another tag, but that there is the end of his journey in this round. Puts up 1. That's the extent of it. This mid to B looking to come through. And Whalers, while they do have this information thanks to the long push, it's not going to provide much. They need the kills, and they're not getting any of them. They do sandwich a Liege thanks to the long play, and that leaves a 2-on-2 open. So they've made a lot out of a round that really was like positioned to go against them. That's impressive, but now can they follow through?
They didn't see Pwn alone. This is going to be a big problem here in a second. Both of these re-aggressors here, Whalers, outside of the site. Molotov gets dropped right at Twist's feet. No way he wins that fight. Not in a million light years. And the retake was inevitable, it seems. Whalers go up to 4 after saving. And saving again. Liquid fans heartbroken. Maulding, perhaps, even.
Yeah, that was like a really, really impressive round to pull off if you're the Whalers. You get mid to B split, right? And like, if Team Liquid are playing fast, which they were, having 2 players flanking long shouldn't have really worked out. Like, it gives you an element of surprise onto that kill that they get on a Liege. But outside of that, right, like, you imagine what that entails. They kill the mid guy. All right, so now you're 4 on 5. Well, 2 of your guys are in long doors. That is as far away from being helpful in a mid to B as you can possibly get. And essentially, it leaves everyone else in like a 2-on-5. I think it was Ben Leet pushes through the smoke, catches a guy down in mid, drops a gun. Well, then that gun later gets retrieved by the Whalers, by those flanking players. And then when they kill a Liege, suddenly it becomes a doable round. But the odds were very, very heavily stacked against them throughout, even in terms of the positioning. So the fact that they pull that off is absolutely unreasonable almost. And that is a nice shot from Stewie. Pwn alone on the receiving end of Mr. Stu.
Rampage tagged up as well. Elise does eat a bullet from the AWP, but DJ's getting tagged. How the hell has that happened? Liquid barely seen their opponents, but put 2 of them down low. The bomb, tumbling down into the depths below. You never like that with the bomb. Playing near the catwalk, playing near the edge is always a big risk. Stewie sees it, he's going to drop in and throw it back up. What a hero. What a hero.
Selfless player right there.
Yeah, now he's trapped though. Now he's probably dead. And Bue's going to clear him, but he died a martyr. He died doing what he had to do. And now his team can pick up the pieces of the round. Naf on a backstab. Grim's killing them all before he gets there. Reload as he stalls for Naf on his approach. And Rampage realizes too little, too late. It's all on Ben. I can't believe that worked out.
He had to do something. Somebody had to do something. Because that was ridiculous.
That's sick. 4-4 for Liquid. Back on the board. Back in with a response. Back in with a break of the money for the Whalers. Eco territory. Grim, he goes huge as well, right? Like, he's the one that makes that happen after the bomb gets planted. Mowing down those CT rotates. Rampage realizes just 1 second too late. 2 on head now. Just one of those days for Liquid fans.
Just one of those days. Look at this top mid push, right? Look at it coming through. That hero M4. You might be thinking, why is there a hero M4? Because it's not every day that you see this buy, right? T-side, very, very viable to bring a hero weapon into a round. Money is just easier to come by when you're on the T-side. You know, bomb plants, extra cash, your guns are cheaper in the first place. But in this round, Bew just had extra money, so he went for it. And there's armor as well on other teammates. Now, this one gun, can it make a difference? He lands a bit of damage, but nothing to write home about. And so outside of that one kill, that's pretty much the extent of it. DJ hiding in the smoke, gonna get flashed through. Naf is blind, but DJ doesn't push. And that there is a decision that they might come to regret as they get mopped up by Naf moments later once he's no longer blind.
Glock entry, of course, for Liquid. Just running up the ramp on Antica. There was some head armor, but luckily not the man that was found. 5-4 for Liquid, back on the lead. In the lead, rather. But Whaler's got money. Short term. Podalone on that AWP. He was a beast on Inferno. Can he bring that same level? Certainly like to think so on an Orcus Paradise like Dust 2, but he's been tagged through the door by Stu. Or managed to cross to the B side of things. But Grim is trying to put pressure on. Rampage does have him trapped in the corner, but no Molotov to get him out of this position, and Grim just drops the smoke and escapes. Liquid playing methodical with guns on the other side. They're going to run boost over to avoid an AWP. Wow. That was a slow run boost. Happened there.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you try and do the run boost, but you just can't get it going. It happens to all of us. It's fine. Nothing to be ashamed of, Elysian twists. Grim, who was in the tunnels, leaving the tunnels. And what does that signal, Hugo? Well, that signals likely that it's going to be an A play because you gave up the tunnels, so you don't really have that info anymore. And so going back to B could be a bit of a death sentence. You'll never know, right? It's the idea of like the fog of war. You know, you don't know what's going on at B anymore because you don't have a guy watching for it. And so that will force you into an A play with 30 seconds left. It's good that they've made their mind up at least and they deal with DJ. But there are still two players here to beat. And Twist is like, yeah, no worries, I'll beat them both. Pwn alone and Rampage left in a 2-on-3. They don't catch the player crossing, and it might just have to be a save.
Yeah, Rampage is already on the hunt, though. No kit currently. And the smoke fades. If Pwn can find something, he could set Rampage up. Naf behind the car. Gonna need a wallbang shot, and there it is. But no kill. Only the tag to Naf. Random shot. If Pwn alone got that frag, maybe Rampage moves in, but without it, and with no knowledge that Naf is tagged either, it's going to be a Liquid round. Spicy.
Yeah, book it. 6-4. We are far from cruising down the street, I'll tell you that. Twisted Company are going to hide in the pit. Rampage hears all of that, so nothing really to come of it. I doubt highly that he sticks his neck out there and tries to find one. More useful to just hold on to that op and that M4. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your 5th place decider for the Intel Extreme Masters. New York. Pizza. People. The places you'll go. The things you'll see. What are you talking about?
Hey, I'm walking here.
Hey, I'm walking here, huh? Harry, cast around, would you?
All right, man. All right, dude. You don't have to yell at me.
Come on, man.
I'm casting here.
Hey, I'm casting here, okay?
Look at this as well. A little cheeky boost. The spot cat that has also been smoked by Team Liquid. They didn't really think that one through. Xbox smoked out. I'm assuming they threw it, right? Unless, like, Whalers knows some lineup that throws the smoke to help the enemy.
That would be nuts.
Oh, that smoke as well. Rampage trying to peek underneath it. And Stewie walks into the bullets. Now, generally speaking, that's not a good idea. That's him removed. Pwn alone getting off the angle. And Ben Lee having a drop because of that Molotov. Nice way to clear out the drop down spot.
That smoke on the door hinge is such a nuisance.
Yeah.
Now Pwn alone's going to get a chance to be a nuisance himself. AWP in hand. Spots Twist. Takes down Twist. Gets another shot in. Gets dinked in the process. And And now with the swing is Grim. Grim, an all-star, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it. We see it. Bu's going to take him out. Bomb plant coming in. How this has gotten down to a 3-on-2. I digress.
5-on-3 at one point, but keep in mind the low weaponry. Rampage with the one gun had to get it done, but Naf covers DJ, and Bu is alone. Blink of an eye. And Liquid back in control of what was a 3-on-5. Bu grabs the AWP. Can he surprise? He's giving him anything. A Liege with a quick shot on the box. And Liquid, lovely stuff. Finding 7.
Okay. The guy just do a kick.
Yeah,
what
what the hell? Bu from like beyond the grave.
He's just down there.
Oh, he was meant to be dead, but he's grabbing a chair and just smashes them both up, you know? Like, that'd be something.
You know, just part of my old brain in this older hour.
Old brain in the old hour, yeah?
Breakdancing, there it is. Okay. That's what I was looking for. A little bit of a kickflip there sort of thing. I think that's skateboarding, but...
Yeah, kickflip is skateboarding.
Ah, you boomers. You'd understand.
Okay, zoom up.
All right, man. All right, well...
Oh, the spray through the smoke is good, and a Liege now trying to get revenge for that damage, and indeed he will. But while they suspect Ben Lee, who's hidden in the pit, they better check it. If they don't check it, oh, they're jump peeking it. Oh, they didn't check it. They had to do one thing, which was check the pit, and they haven't checked the pit. Now Ben Lee is laughing all the way to 2, at least, and into a 2-on-2. DJ dealing with Grim. One fight for the cross, the other one comes in with the molly, and that there leaves us in a 1v1. It gets a bit awkward, it gets a bit confusing, and DJ puts 5 on the board for the Whalers.
Heartbreak Hotel. This is your confirmation right here, Whalers, or excuse me, Liquid. No, I do not want to do a Windows update right now. That is one thing we know for sure. Go ahead and hit right on off of that button.
Yeah, I mean, only 2 for Ben. Could have been 3, but he holds his own enough. And, you know, you take those moments when you get the backstabs. You take 2, and at least Whalers win the round, so it's worthwhile. Smoke on long with a flash. Naf forced off. Swapping the AWP back. Bu has long. Grim holding upper, and Pone pushing. All with the AWP as well. The barrel might give him away, but he hits a shot. Nails it. Grim fired first, but only hit a tag. If it was the head, then he'd be dead. That's how these guns work, and Stewie shows us how as well, finding DJ in middle off of the B-bomb site. They know there's another AWP there as well, so that tempts Liquid into A right now, throwing the cat smoke and looking to commit as a unit. At least going back down lower, holding off the rotation, checking that no one's aggressed through the tons. That's not the case. Molly into the pit, or into the ramp rather. Twist with the entries, but very good at getting them on the A site. And that bomb almost goes flying over, but with the Liege standing close, it magnets into his body, and he keeps it for the plant. That's very lucky for Liquid. Don't want another one of those drop situations. Bu with a big kill, but he takes a beating from the Molotov. Pone gonna flash him back into A in a 2-on-2.
Liege is on a tear, though, and he's so often been the guy to keep an eye on for Liquid. Molly forces him out of the sight. Getting past the Liege is harder than just making him move. Pone alone, removed by Naf. And it's 8 on the board for Liquid. The dominance set to continue as once again that money is decimated for the Whalers.
Yeah, they do like a good save. And by that, I mean not using any money to buy anything. Started out good for them. And it's like an unraveled football, or a ball of yarn, even worse. Now, Harry, I know you're big into knitting and quilting, and
yeah,
I guess yarning's not a real thing, but maybe it is. Did you say that this is too interlaced for the Whalers to come back from?
You know, if quilting has taught me anything, it's
what, Harry?
Yeah, please do, please.
It's that really, you know, to take just a material and to turn something that is nothing otherwise into a memory, into a piece of you, is something that's very, very personal from person to person. And for the Whalers here, right, the story that they're trying to create, the creation that they're looking.
Man, what are you talking about?
He said a lot of words, and I don't know what they mean.
What are you saying?
No, is that this isn't a team to be trifled with, and that they are prepared to go toe-to-toe with the best.
Yeah, man. Sounds good, dude. All right, well, I gotta go. Okay, bye.
See you later.
It's like getting off the phone with somebody. Sometimes it's just impossible. All right, well, Twist got to go. He's got something to do, too. It's just been Leet, who's not realized that the rest of the game is going on elsewhere across the map. Meanwhile, Liquid shoot every single corner that you can think of into absolute oblivion. Yeah, every gun they have, too. Not just their AKs, but the Glocks are out as well.
He's had a few long flanks in this game, so he's scared that Liquid are holding on. And funnily enough, Naf just looked away.
This is a long flank, all right. Comes in a little late.
How about that big G2 game today, guys? No, not really. Liquid.
So are you just lying now? Or?
Yeah. Different groups, aren't they? Yeah. 9-5.
Oh, I just saw an auto sniper.
Oh, dear.
And I've actually seen 2 auto snipers here. And you're not seeing double. Well, in a way, you are. Here they are. Daff and Grim.
Useless.
And they didn't hit a single thing. Sometimes you give these guys the best gun in. Oh, but then they did with the Deagle. Of course. You wouldn't have it any other way. Rampage hears the Dak and then gets hit by a Deag. How has that even happened to him? They try to go up short, but Pone alone is like, no, short belongs to me. And now Rampage.
What?
Hold on to the top of mid. That looked dead on. But
look at the shot in the wall. It did look dead on.
It was right there. It was in the head of Elige.
Where'd it go?
Elige is bending bullets and looking to bend this round back in favor of Team Liquid. A 4-on-5. Elige is dead.
The last airbender here.
I meant, who was it?
I don't even know. Stewie, because I imagine it was the AWP.
Yeah.
2-on-2, either way. AWP's tagged, Elige dead. 2-on-2? What am I saying? 5-on-4, man. Numbers are hard, and Liquid look to make it hard. Look for double digits. Molly off the cat. Whalers have never been able to fight from that position. Liquid have mollied it every time they go. And now they go back. B looking tantalizing. Like a prospect on this team side. Another tag. Both AWPs are low. Liquid have lit up these players.
It's lit.
But will they douse them in water and put them right out? 30 seconds. Mid to B smokes, bomb in the tunnels. Rampage watching middle, and Pone alone coming through the smoke, sees nothing. Twist, is he going to be on the backstab? Is he going to be able to do anything here? Long pushes in. Twist with a whiff shot. Pone does hold his own, and the AWP follows up for Stewie. All right, Liquid, 2-on-3 in the site, 2-on-5 initially. The bomb gets planted. We have 1 molly, 2 flashes for the Whalers to get back in.
Stu drops the smoke at the door and then abruptly changes his angle. He's got an eye on the window. Finley DJ just trying to figure out what the heck we gonna do here. Stu's gonna pop a flash, so perhaps that gives them some sort of entrance. Stewie just barely missing on the player midair, but somehow, some way, yeah. I think that was a very unfortunate turn of events. Now down to Boo.
Oh, I think he's not being given the fight. And the moment he is, Naf comes in with the backstab. Double digits for Team Liquid. As they lock that one in, they look to get it done in 2, but can they? And will Bew let them? These are all questions we're going to find out the answer to in just a minute. Don't you go anywhere.
Shadows, I've come to make a name. Ready for battle, 'cause I got a thing to claim. Think that I'll crumble, I'll show you in slide. Where you see me coming, better run for cover, 'cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster.
It's the Intel Extreme Masters 2020 online, New York, of course. And things have gone pretty well here for Team Liquid in the second half. I'm joined by Harry and Hugo, and we're ready to jump back into Dust 2. This one, you don't want to see it slip away from the New England Whalers, but it certainly is starting to look just like that. And of course, Elige all smiles, as he should be. Team Liquid will be taking this 5th place decider perhaps at the conclusion of the map, but we'll find out. That just all relies on them winning, Hugo.
Simple as that, Trace. Don't lose. And the odds certainly look that way for Liquid as well. Not in their plans, not in their strat book. I'm waiting patiently, pushing on the catwalk. Quick taps, not connecting. Bomb not spotted here, though. Whalers coming out from the top side of mid-view with the P2. Stewie and lower, baited in by Elige, who gets a kill. Stewie, his time to shine, and Elige saves his life. Stewie, knife out, and yeah, it's happening. Liquid 5-on-2, slaughtering their opponents. DJ with a couple, but it's all in vain. Liquid find a pistol win with a 10-5 half. Things are looking good.
Man, and ultimately, you know, that's how it normally goes, right? The DJ shows up, couple of bangers, and then you just forget about it. 11 for Team Liquid, looking to make this a 2-0, looking to lock in a 5th place here, which, you know, does make a difference in terms of both RMR and EPT points, and that's always something to bear in mind. Plus, I just like watching more CS, if I'm being honest, you know?
Yeah.
I know we've had a lot of it as of late, but hey, do you not remember during the player break when everyone was like, man, I wish we had CS on. Now there's so much CS on, you don't even know what to do with yourself. But that's great. That's the world that we live in, and it's nice, right, that in spite of all this stuff going on in 2020, we still have this lovely game with these lovely gents in it to keep us entertained. And for that, I love you, Team Liquid and the New England Whalers. I think I got a bit carried away there with my love note to CS players. And if it were up to me, this whole segment that I'm on about right now would last for hours. I have so much I could say.
Well, thank goodness it's not up to you, Harry.
It's not up to me. And that's why we do have to return to our regimented and scheduled programming here as the short play comes in. He's going to drop a flash, and everyone is so blind, they're trying to deal with it.
Team kill.
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit gross. And Naf is there to round it out. Team Liquid take 12. And now for the Whalers, they will have this bye, but they don't have many of them if they do want to turn it around.
Spanking stuff. Liquid looking good. These get nowhere but the skulls of their teammates. And that's a great little pop for Elige. Right-clicking the flash. Obviously, DJ blind when he shoots his teammate, just hoping to hit something. And, well, he did. But the plan not really going to plan. And now Liquid 12-5. Rifle round for Whalers. About time to show us what they got on this T side, why they picked this map of the series. And that could be why DJ opening up with a strong kill onto Twist. Liquid back up into the site. Scout and Naf here in the spawn, boosted up. Or rather boosting Elige. Naf goes CT. Stewie's won that fight. Still Rampage waiting around in lower as well. Could hear the footsteps of him backing up, but Grim's coming in from lower as well. And Rampage has no idea. Back turn, free kill for Grim. Now they know everyone has to be long here for the Whalers. They've cleaned out middle. And B, Liquid with all the info just grouping, stacking this site. Naf above the boxes. Grim on a long flank. It's being held, but he's probably not going to jump the gun and run this flank too fast. Just going to get close until Liquid make that contact with Whalers. They know they're waiting right now. Playing this puzzle piece that is the long position patiently. And yeah, Grim just holds off, just chills out. No rush. Tick-tock goes that clock, 50 seconds. The Whalers with 2 smokes. Enough for the cross, but no flashes to get Naf off this angle, so he might have a tag here on Depone alone. Off angle, does hit it. Ollie follows. Oh boy, this could get dicey. It's going to make them go wide, and the flash in for Stewie gets one. Finishes off the job that Naf started. Pone doubles up. Elige is here, and Grim finally activates. Might not be needed if Elige spams the smoke. Grim will get there first. That's fine for Liquid. Another round taken, 13-5. The rifle round for Whalers fields nothing. And now they have to eco to buy up against 14.
Oh dear, man. That's a bit of a sad ending potentially, right, for the Whalers, especially, as you say, having to take that eco now, or partial investment rather. scout down mid for Pwn alone. Won't find anything. And they do run a man into the mid doors, but no peaks found yet. They get out through mid. Whalers, they're looking to make some usage out of this ground that they've gained. What are they? Oh no, Elise, man. He's like the king of ruining everyone's day, and here he is.
Oh, okay.
Their day is ruined, their disappointment immeasurable. Stewie, that's a bit of a long-range knife, isn't it, man?
It's not throwing knives. Thought they were out closer, but they were. That would have been great if his teammate didn't just kill them all. And yeah, some tip-tap typing going on, only laughing. I'm sure. All fun and games for the side of Liquid, and the Whalers getting swept right now. Deegs going down. Rampage alone. 1-on-3 with the Deeg. We get it. Ben's dead. And this round probably is too.
I was going to say, I was worried.
Oh, look at that mini-map. It's a skirmish, Harry.
Oh, things
so
are
much
really
going on
up here, right?
Rampage.
Even if he deals with one, there are 400 others he has to deal with next in line.
Oh, boy.
And, you know, we figured, like, what can make CS better? Well, more people is the obvious answer. You know, we consulted with Astralis. They helped us come to the conclusion, actually. Them, Ghost Gaming, those are the guys behind this whole project. And so we just figured, like, put as many teams in the server as you can.
This is casting on hard mode, but no, it's fixed. Stewie tagged on the cross. That's the AWP for Pwn alone, putting him on 5. This is do or die for the Whalers, right? They got nothing in this T side so far. And that might end the same way. Flashing out mid, Whalers going quick towards the mid to B. Grim trading with Elige, him going one-on-one. Him and him now.
Him and him. Now, of course, the play coming in for View, everything... Let's just turn the sound off. I'll do the sound. I'll do the sound. Seriously, we got this. Clearly, something's gone a little bit wrong. If I had to guess, Jakey, our observer, maybe like crashed out or something like that.
Oh, don't blame Jakey.
No, I'm not blaming him.
Whoa, Harry.
I don't know for sure what happened, but
don't theorize.
All right, just
don't want your opinions.
It looks like we're watching a different relay, right? And that's why everything's a little bit out of line. That's why we were stuck on Ben Leet's body.
Actually, I think I figured it out. I think Harry broke it. I don't actually know, but that's my assumption. I think it's all Harry's fault.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's fine, man. It's fine. That was just the last little bit of morale I had left.
Don't do this.
No, honestly, seriously, everything's fine.
Well, it's fine for the Whalers. Sort of. They find a sixth, Harry. Better late than never.
I'm just messing with you. Big Hugo, man. I'm just messing with you. Because, boy, man, Whalers got a 6th round, and that there... I don't know, man. I want to believe. I really like the Whalers.
At this point?
No, well, that's the problem, right? You're up against 14. Yeah, you got 1 round. You slip 1 round past the keeper. But my word, you need so much more. And it's going to take something big. But the big thing that it's going to take could occur in this round, at least as a building block for the Whalers. And, you know, when you make a building, I don't know the ins and outs, but if I had to guess, the foundation of a building, probably pretty important.
Sure.
And that's what they'd be laying out if you're the Whalers. If you win this, you break the money of Team Liquid. So there's a lot on this. If you ever want to even begin a comeback, this round, a necessity.
Back up Cat they go. Now for the re-aggression. They're on the corner. Bloodstains already looking to put a little bit more on the wall, but the re-smoke in. View goes through. Nav can't see thanks to the flames. Back to a mid to B. Grim's already here though, ready and waiting in the close position. View doesn't check it. DJ's low as well. Grim just needs a couple of well-placed shots, and there it is. Back to a B play. Stewie's fallen out of B to go and grab a gun in middle, I assume, but he's got to double back. He's now the Whalers put pressure on. He's going to wait for his team. Wait for a flash to pop back into the action. Ben with an angle. And nice spray for Ben. Not ready for a third, though. Stewie with the P250 getting it done. Grabs a FAMAS. Nav tagged by the orb. He's got one of his own. Nate does nothing to Stewie. You can just push in off the plant. It's a fake. Pwn alone. Crossing to the other side, and he's not going to expect Stewie here. Double orb grabbed. Round grabbed. Psych, he doesn't need the second orb. And nonetheless, 15-6. Liquid looking good. And after, you know, a very scary Inferno, the pick of Liquid, a game the Whalers go 12-6 up and lose 16-13, only putting up one T-side round after their pistol and conversions. Liquid, they warm up, they look really good there, they come back, and now they make a statement on Dust 2, the pick of Whalers, and are likely gone in an instant. Fast out mid, nothing to lose, everything to gain, but they double back, they bail. A Liege on the catwalk spotted, does the same. Nade could be good. Pone alone's found Grim to open. That's in the B-bomb site. Pone's just going to push through. Stewie at the car. Pone's on the door, but will Stewie walk into the orb? Oh, he sees the head, and he grabs it with only a tag in. It's a mowdown, it's a mop-up, it's Liquid dropping the bomb, and Rampage does catch Twist trading guns. Is that going to be a way back in?
Maybe you're right. Rampage was the guy to deliver us so many clutch moments for the Whalers. Can he do it again? It's a pretty big ask. You know, you're not up against no one. You're up against Stewie and Naf, two of the poster boys of NACS. Minute and 5 seconds on this clock, so time is the only ally of Rampage right about now. And right now he sits over here towards long. And I tell you what, Team Liquid have got the read. Stewie is rotated round. Double AWP to go up against. This is not easy. And if you sneak this corner, you are dead. So Team Liquid, they lock it in. They get it done. They take home a fifth. It's a little underwhelming for what they were expecting, but you think about their journey, knocked out by Furia, man. They're in the grand final, so it's understandable. And they at least get this to go home with. That's all from this series, but stick around. We'll have some words. We'll say some things. Don't go anywhere.
Single second could mean everything. Time is running out. Don't give up, don't give in. Don't let me down. Be the one to wipe their grin when they hear the sound. Don't give up, don't give in before they catch a glimpse. I know you'll find the strength within. This is your last chance. Now's your time to shine. Make it count. Honor our sacrifice. And now this is your last chance. Leave it all in the past, 'cause the war isn't over yet. You lost one fight, but it's not the end. So get back up and fight again. Take one step
Mountain View, more like we're back to Mountain Dew, ladies and gentlemen. The Mountain Dew Game Fuel post-match. That's right, our 5th place decider is decided. It's actually Team Liquid that's going to come out over what was a red hot, a smoking hot, and still, to me, a little bit attractive New England Whalers. Now, I'm saying that in the case of them making it a promise here and kind of showing themselves and showing some face for North American Counter-Strike, which is certainly something that we all need. Now, for the UK Counter-Strike scene, these are the 2 best representatives that we could find. We do have Harry and Hugo.
Wow, the bar's that low.
Sorry, guys.
Best 2 that we could find, but ultimately, you guys are still not getting sliced up by Stu and company, so that's good. You got that going for you. New England Whalers, on the other hand, that's a different story.
Yeah, man. Stewie knife kills on me, 0. Knife kills on New England Whalers, more than 0. And that's the only number I care about, right?
That's all that matters.
Now, he did replace me in Team UK, so then there is that beef. No, man. For Liquid, they were meant to win this series, and they did, pretty convincingly. We get to Dust, they shake off like the beginning of that Inferno game where they go 9-2 down, and they never really showed any sign of weakness there.
Yeah, and speaking of Shake It Off, I want to talk to a big Taylor Swift fan right now, live, on air. It's going to be Momo. We know him as Moses. We know him as Jason. But you definitely know him as Moses. Jason, talk to me about this latest Taylor Swift album.
Well, more of a Miley Cyrus fan myself, Trace. So, you know, got that one wrong right out of the gates. I hear the Taylor Swift album is nice, though. I'm never going to listen to it.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, you know, Kanye did make her famous. So let's be realistic about this for just 1 second. On the other side, the New England Whalers making a little bit of fame for themselves, Jason. What do you think about them coming into this tournament?
I didn't know a whole lot about them coming into the event. Obviously, hit some nice shots. I've been practicing a few times. A lot to go in terms of learning, you know, the minutia of team play. But I mean, there's no doubt those guys can hit good shots. And obviously, they're good enough to prepare a game up against Furia, and we're going to beat them 2-0, which we obviously haven't been able to do yet.
Jason, Trace has given us permission to talk to you today, which is always nice.
Nice.
I wanted to ask about Liquid's statement recently on going to Europe and boot camping and holding off for a little bit. Could you expand on that? Talk to us about some of the decision-making behind that and when we will expect to see Liquid moving over to Europe for boot camp.
Well, this is stuff I think should be relatively obvious. There's a lot going on. Obviously, a global pandemic is kind of a little bit odd. Just situation with, where would we stay? Would we be in a hotel? We really want to be in a hotel for 2 days. And even where what locations it's going to be at, and would we be able to get there? And just other small complications and some other small issues that all just kind of added up. It didn't feel like it made sense to rush to get ourselves over there. So we're going to be heading. We're going to be heading there right after IEM Beijing, which will play for America, and we'll get over there for the Blast Showdown. And it's a big thanks to those guys from Blast to help kind of organize that possibility. And also big thanks to Cell for also being super helpful through all those discussions and keeping open to a lot of different ideas that we had.
Jason, Alish put a tweet out saying that he, obviously isn't thrilled with the fifth place, not the fifth place. That would be something very, very different. Wasn't thrilled with the 5th place finish, but feels like overall there were signs of progression here for Liquid. Is that a sentiment that you share? And what kind of progress do you feel like you've made if you look back to when you first came into this Liquid squad?
I still think there's some small details with gameplay and decision making that I want to change and fix up. But the team overall, especially headed into that Fury match, obviously has done a much better job of working together to find ways that all players are comfortable working with each other, improving communication. Step up in those regard, not as consistent as I'd like, as you saw today. We seem to play up to the level of Fury yesterday, and at least kind of play down the level of the Whalers. No disrespect to them, so that obviously needs to be fixed. I don't think you're ever happy playing a place-by-sider, but I don't know. The big takeaway for me is if we played a game the way that we played against Furia yesterday, then we would have been on the side of the bracket, right? We would be on the other side of the bracket. We would have been in the auto position, first seed. We would have had a direct berth in the semifinal, and a great shot even into the grand final. So, you can make all the excuses about what went wrong and how lucky the other team got, but we did play our game when it mattered, and we were on the side of the bracket. We have to fix those things and make sure we're bringing our A game every single match. Otherwise, it's what's going to happen, especially in the Godlight era.
Now, Jason, I know you're all pumped up on, if I had to guess, Mountain Dew or something of the sort. But I'm thinking, yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's like a weird thing that's going on here. Look, I think we just ended on this note. Jason, do you see my finger? Can you touch my finger? Wait. Oh, there we go. No, that's terrible. All right, that was an attempt.
It was
oh,
good.
There we go. There we go.
I tried to do this. That didn't work.
Oh man, we're like E.T., but you're the alien and I'm not. Anyway, Jason, I appreciate you, man. Look at that. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Moses, for that. And kind of catching us up for Team Liquid. I think this was a good learning experience about Team Liquid, what Grim has to offer, what you have to offer, and moreover, a fifth place decider also offered up on the table. Now, not going to the New England Whalers, but they can't hang their hat too low. You got to be a little bit positive for the New England Whalers.
Yeah, they still made playoffs, right? And they still had a chance to go further than that. And yeah, it gets cut short by Team 1. But I think it was nice getting an insight into the teams, into the players, into the individuals that are going to try and fill the void left within Tier 2, all the way kind of branching up outside of like the top 5 teams in NA, and getting to know them a little bit more, getting to know what these guys are like, and seeing them in the early stages of what might end up being a far more grandiose picture.
Yeah, and you just think about the future. And that's what I'm looking at here. Not only every single time we're on air or off air, but right here with the New England Whalers. This is where it starts. And I also think that our results need to kind of reflect that, echo that, because they are going to show you that Team Liquid did beat the New England Whalers today. Now, Furia over EG, that one wasn't as close, I think, as we would have liked it to have been in consideration to it being a potential third map. We think, okay, if Furia and EG are going at it in a server, you're thinking 3 maps, you're thinking all-out affair, but it wasn't there, Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, they show up in the first map, not the second, right? Or wait, the inverse of that regard. Wait, I can't even remember which map was first. Train was second, so yeah, whatever.
Show up second.
So they show up second. But Furia, what we did get is a great game from them and a lot of new stuff, a lot of cool things to talk about. Furia looking like the best team in the region, no doubt about it. The bracket set up for them now for a run for the first place finish in the IEM Global Challenge at the end of the year. Only teams left, obviously, as we bring the bracket up against Furia, Team 1 or 100 Thieves. Now, that one's still up for taking, right? It would be so cool to see the Brazilians beat back and get to the finals against Furia. Whether they will, we don't know. 100 Thieves have still shown some life in them despite all that's going on in that camp.
Yeah, and the thing that, we don't talk about, but also talk about at the same time, we all know what's going to happen. I just kind of try to give the due diligence to the teams themselves and let the orgs figure all that PR stuff out for themselves. We know what's going on. And it's not even an insider thing. I'll talk about the schedule for tomorrow, though, and tell you what to expect, what to look forward to, because that's what's coming up on the chopping block. Here are the matches. 100 Thieves, Team 1. That is your second semifinal for the North American region. Now, if you continue to look down this here schedule, you're going to see the day starting off with CIS action. And that's going to include Navi. It's going to include VP. And it's going to include not us. I can assure you that. We will be going to bed promptly after losing several ESEA games, which you should probably also check out yourself over on ESEA or play.esea.net. Now, if I've got to lose a game, you got to lose a game, guys. That's the way it goes sometimes. For us, the only thing you're losing right now is us. We're going to leave, and that's it. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching our 5th place decider and our semifinals.
Leader, I got my team up. I've been a dreamer. I switched the scene up. I done got that green up. It don't make me fiend up, but they know I'm being with the rats. Call me the fiend up. Heavy work, smoke up, no lean up in my soda. Fresh and clean, got no hold up. I've been an outcast, me and scared, we told ya. Been in that backseat, facts speak. Move that word, but it ain't no D-R-U-G. M-B-M-U-S-I-C. I'm only human. If you cut the skin, I bet I bleed. And when my back against the ropes, put in that work, I lead. I see the vision clear, seeing things that y'all don't see. 2 dogs on the vision, call it 2020. I got my team up, hit it off from rapping, we stacking, getting my green up. Where y'all lean up, cooking around, trucking a minute a mile, fucking up every style. You in it now, told her my family is proud. Running up, fighting, we proud. Bitch, I don't wanna talk, I just walk up. Running bands, can't try to get on my stock. Love all my fans, fuck on my ops. We just make jams, all of my pops. Girls gon' dance, homies I'll rock. Came too far, now we ain't gon' stop. Gave my life and I took my shot. Yeah, rose up top and I took my spot. If it's a problem, then we really ready.
You hunted with me and we fought the war. My heart is formed and my vision deadly. I've been dialing in my sights, see it 2020.
My name is Trace Saranthus. I am building a PC for Jordan Gilbert.
My goal was really to get something that was no compromise, super powerful, and ideally not built by Trace.
Yes, thank you so much, Jordan Gilbert. You know, we don't make mistakes around here. We made happy accidents.
I get a booster seat here. Enter now for a chance to win one of 3 PCs built by me, Jason, or Trace.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Look into your eyes, I see the colors of your soul, and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are 2 hearts that beat in time, and the tide was looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see, and I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night, and I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night, sleep through the sunrise. Into my past and I count the numbers of the dreams that I left behind. I don't even care now that I've discovered a new kind of peace of mind. Up above us, looking down on us, there's an angel I know. We don't need to worry or discuss much. It's time for me to hit the road. Take it all or nothing at all. stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night, sleep through the sunrise.
In paradise, the sun never goes, it's a feeling. We watch the waves wash over the shore, the horizon was blinding. The